back. Hey, y'all, gravity. Any day above ground living. Hope you're having a fantastic start to your Thursday. For those who weren't in the live yesterday or today. But yes, I promised you this, and we're going to get to it. I know I was going to make this members only, but I said, you know what? Let's just skeeve everybody. So today, we're going to add some things to this because I owe y'all 2 lives. So we're just going to combine it. We're going to talk about what's in your food. We're also going to talk about these grifters again getting mad at comic books. But anyway, before we start, let's see who's in the building. Reparations Nation, hello. JD Informant, hello. Derry B, hello. Wallow J, hello. Don P, hello. And for those who haven't said anything in live chat or the comments, good afternoon. So considering that we're going to have videos today, let's just start.
Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purpose, such as criticism, commenting, news, reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, education, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use.
You know, let me go here. There's a growing concern.
All right, family. We're going to start with the food. We're going to get that out the way. We're going to have fun. So, who has ever heard of the term or the product called meat glue? Put a 1 in the chat if you've ever heard of the term meat glue or what it is. Put a 2 in the chat if you've never heard what meat glue is. What we like to call the technical term. Transglutaminase. I was never good with technical terms. This is how they scam you at the supermarket. They take cuts of meat, hit it with a little meat glue, put it together, and sell it. That's why maybe sometimes you may see steaks or roasts, and you see all that marbling in it, and you think, hey, I might be getting over, and then you kind of find out you're not getting over. So this report, this is really old. This was, I think they said, what is this, 11 years ago, 11, 12 years ago, but they're going to explain what meat glue is.
Wide secret butchers don't want you to know about. Major suppliers have been caught using a special product known as meat glue to stick together scraps of meat to sell as prime cuts. But while this product has been banned overseas, there's no law prohibiting its use here. Here's Rodney Lowe's with this special investigation.
It's the meat industry's dirty secret, a way of turning the scraps too small to sell as a premium steak back into a juicy, plump eye fillet to sell.
You better check your eye fillets. You better check your fillet steak. You may be eating chuck roast.
For a premium price. So clever, you'll never tell. Not even an expert can.
Before, you didn't even pick that as a join, though, did you?
It doesn't even tear through the joint. A bit hard to tell, isn't
it?
Butcher James Faulkner runs Queensland Natural Beef Company, an organisation dedicated to using as few additives in meat from paddock to plate as possible. But tonight, he's exposing how some parts of the industry are able to trick their customers and use whatever it takes.
Yeah, I've just got some fine diced beef and my special enzyme. Just going to mix it up a bit.
Why have we got the masks on?
It's dangerous. See that? Don't breathe that in.
This powder is transglutaminase enzyme, otherwise known as meat glue. Meat glues come in a number of forms, some produced by cultivating bacteria, the others, the primary ingredient comes from the blood plasma of pigs and cattle, specifically the coagulant which causes blood to clot. In the food industry, it has amazing properties.
So just got a little bit here, about a teaspoonful.
Yep.
Just over the top like that. And with our gloves on, of course, we mix it up.
Then roll it in plastic film and refrigerate. 6 hours later, you have a solid piece of meat.
Essentially, you've got a reborn, rebirth thigh fillet.
More or less, yeah.
Ours uncooked is easy to spot the difference, but cooked is another story.
Okay, so the meat glue one is on the right, and the real McCoy is on the left.
And it's not just beef. Pork, lamb, fish, and chicken are all stuck back together using this glue.
It looks like one piece of chicken.
It's unbelievable, isn't it?
Yep.
But hard to tell, isn't it?
Particularly that.
On the grill, it's even harder to pick.
So that's the real McCoy. There's a burl. Nice and tender, nicely salted. All right, let's go for the meat glue. I can't tell the difference.
Pretty good, but potentially dangerous.
I've sort of got two concerns. One, which is well publicised, which is misleading people. The other area is the microbial side.
It's why the European Union moved to ban meat glue in May last year. Microbiologist Glenn Pinner.
If this food is sold or represented as a solid piece of steak and you cook it rare, you're really leaving yourself open to get food poisoning.
Once you glue two pieces together, it's difficult to cook thoroughly those parts that were on the outside but are now on the inside.
The amount of bacteria on a steak that has been put together with meat glue is hundreds of times higher.
We had no idea how guarded a secret this was until we started contacting restaurateurs and butchers to ask them about the use of meat glue. Many of them didn't want to speak for fear of upsetting their suppliers, creating bad blood in an industry that has become very clever at using this product.
Are you just shaking your head?
A little bit. It's unbelievable, isn't it?
This cube roll we bought from a wholesaler that produces stuck-together steaks en masse. Their effort's so good, James, our butcher, couldn't tell even when it was raw. It's even harder in the restaurant, which are some of the biggest users of glued meat. And chances are, unless you're a vegetarian, you're eating it on a regular basis. But with current labelling laws, neither butchers nor your local eatery have to tell you you're eating chicken glued together with cow's blood or beef held together by pig. It's the same reason they can take low-grade meat and pump it with water and flavour to make it edible.
Okay, so just after about a minute or two, we've got quite a lot of moisture out of there. And we've lost almost half a kilo.
Then the practice of selling mutton as lamb and old cow as prime cut beef. Like this, so old, a meat grader said it was only good for pet meats.
You've got yellow fat colour, really dark meat colour. It's definitely off a really old type of animal.
In New South Wales, new labelling regulations have just been introduced to help consumers choose quality meat, but it's not compulsory. So for most of us, picking a quality piece of meat is still a shot in the dark.
Wasn't that wonderful? Mm-hmm. No, not really. All right. Well, what if I told you it's gonna get worse? I might turn people vegetarian today.
This is way over the edge. Like we it's not even over the edge. We died already.
This is beyond the event horizon. Like we about to hit the vortex.
Yeah, we about to hit the vortex.
Yeah, we're in the vortex, and the vortex today has to take us from Australia to India. Oh, yes. Would you like to know what India has been doing? Well, unfortunately, you're here, so you're about to find out.
Get to work!
वो रंग हम बाजार से लाते हो, शाम को जो बासी सब्जी बच जाती है उसमें हम लगाते हैं, स्प्रे करते हैं और फिर वो ताजी सब्जी में मिला के।
If y'all didn't see what that man just said, he said we buy the food color and apply it on the leftover vegetables that they couldn't sell.
बच जाती है, उसमें हम लगाते हैं, स्प्रे करते हैं और फिर वो ताजी सब्जी में मिला के
We then mix those vegetables with the fresh ones. So the vegetables they couldn't sell are not good. Yes.
और हम बेक आते हैं उसे, फिर कोई मालूम नहीं करता, वो बासी ताजी लगती है। सर ये स्प्रे जो गाड़ियों पे लगाते हैं, गाड़ी चमक जाती है, इसलिए हम सब्जियों पे, बासी सब्जियों पे लगाते हैं, वो ताजी जैसी लग जाती है और फिर वो मंडी में ले जाते हैं तो वो आसानी से बिक जाती है। ये हम ही नहीं करती, सारा ही जमींदार करता है जो सब्जी को बोता है। खेत से सब्जी तोड़ के लाते हैं और होते में घेर देते हैं, उसे धो धा के और रंग लगा के और फिर वो जमा के और सुबह मंडी ले जाते हैं। रंग तो ये है जी, वो तो हरी सब्जी में मिलती है जी, वो किसी में नहीं, ज़्यादातर हरी सब्जी में। तोरी हुई जी, भिंडी हुई, परमल हुई, बीन्स हुई, इसमें हरा रंग मिला देते हैं और वो ताजी सब्जी लगती है। बाजार में दवाई वाली दुकान है थी, उस पे से ले आते हैं हम, उस बेल में हम लगाते हैं, वो छोटी लौकी बड़ी हो जाती है, फिर आसानी से हम उसे सुबह तोड़ के बेक आते हैं।
Did you see what he just said? They inject these vegetables and they become bigger overnight.
लगाते हैं, वो छोटी लौकी बड़ी हो जाती है, फिर आसानी से हम उसे सुबह तोड़ के बेक आते हैं, और ना लगाए तो हम फिर वो 1 हफ्ता लेती है।
So instead of waiting for a week, so you can have the best product, you put that in there. Okay.
8-10 साल से इस काम कर रहे हैं, कि महंगाई बढ़ गई है, इसलिए हमने भी गुजारा बच्चे पालने हैं। गलत के क्या समझे जी, ये तो हम अब फायदो सोचते हैं, ताजी सब्जी लोग फिर वो खरीदते नहीं है, बढ़िया सब्जी को भी खराब बताते हैं, इसलिए हम ताजी सब्जी बनाते हैं, वो आसानी से बिक जाती है, कोई इसमें नुकसान तो नहीं है।
Silicone. Malachite green. There you go. They're injecting chemicals to accelerate the growth so they could sell it. Next.
More than 6 billion people in the world consume milk and milk products. That's roughly 75% of the world's population. In just the US, a whopping 100 billion liters of milk is produced each year. But have you ever looked at the glass of milk on your breakfast table and wondered what goes on behind the scenes? The process begins on dairy farms, where cows are raised specifically for milk production. These cows are kept in clean and well-maintained environments, and the farmers take a lot of care in making sure that their cows remain stress-free, since that ultimately affects their milk production. Dairy cows are usually milked 2 or 3 times a day using milking machines. The average cow can produce anywhere from 25 to 35 liters of milk every day. Milking machines are designed to be gentle and efficient, ensuring the well-being of the cows. In modern farms, several milking machines are attached to a rotary parlor, which can accommodate anywhere from 20 to 80 cows at the same time. The raw milk flows through stainless steel or glass pipes to a refrigerated bulk milk tank, where it is cooled to about 4 degrees centigrade. After the cows have been milked, a refrigerated bulk tank truck makes collections from dairy farms and delivers them to the processing facilities. Before pumping the milk from each farm's tank, the driver collects a sample and checks the flavor and temperature and records the volume. Because milk is a perishable commodity, dairy farms and processing facilities are usually in close distance to one another. At the milk processing plant, the milk in the truck is weighed and pumped into refrigerated tanks in the plant through flexible stainless steel or plastic hoses. The cold raw milk passes through either a clarifier or a separator, which spins the milk through a series of conical discs inside an enclosure. A clarifier removes debris, some bacteria, and any sediment that may be present in the raw milk. A separator performs the same task, but also separates the heavier milk fat from the lighter milk to produce both cream and skim milk. Some processing plants use a standardizer clarifier, which regulates the amount of milk fat content in the milk by removing only the excess fat. The excess milk fat is drawn off and processed into cream or butter. Next up, the milk is fortified, which involves the addition of specific minerals and vitamins to enhance its nutritional content. This process is typically done to address nutrient deficiency.
Anybody want some of that strawberry milk one time?
Minerals and vitamins to enhance its nutritional content.
Anybody want some strawberry milk? They want some of that Nesquik. You heard what I said.
This process is typically done to address nutrient deficiencies or to meet specific dietary requirements. Usually, vitamins A and D are added to the milk with the help of a peristaltic pump, which automatically dispenses the correct amount of vitamin concentrate into the flow of milk. The milk,
vitamin concentrate,
either whole milk, skim milk, or standardized milk, is piped into a pasteurizer to kill any bacteria. The process was discovered by Louis Pasteur of France, who actually developed it to kill the bacteria in wine to prevent it from turning into vinegar. Later, it was found that the process could be used to kill harmful bacteria in not just wine, but a variety of food products. There are several methods used to pasteurize milk. The most common is called the high-temperature, short-time HTST process, in which the milk is heated as it flows through the pasteurizer continuously. Whole milk, skim milk, and standardized milk must be heated to 72 degrees Celsius for 15 seconds. Other milk products have different time and temperature requirements. The hot milk passes through a long pipe whose length and diameter are sized, so that it takes the liquid exactly 15 seconds to pass from one end to the other. A temperature sensor at the end of the pipe diverts the milk back to the inlet for reprocessing if the temperature has fallen below the required standard. In raw milk, the fat content is naturally present in the form of globules. Over time, these fat globules can rise to the surface, causing cream separation. So milk is homogenized to reduce the size of the remaining milk fat particles. This prevents the milk fat from separating and floating to the surface as cream. It also ensures that the milk fat will be evenly distributed through the milk. The hot milk from the pasteurizer is pressurized to 2,500 to 3,000 psi, 17,200 to 20,700 kPa by a multiple cylinder piston pump and is forced through very small passages in an adjustable valve. The shearing effect of being forced through the tiny openings breaks down the fat particles into the proper size. The milk is then quickly cooled to 4 degrees Celsius to avoid harming its taste. In the production of powdered milk, there's one extra step involved before the packaging process. Concentration, the milk concentrate is then subjected to spray drying, which is the process that transforms the concentrated liquid into powdered milk. The concentrated milk is first fed into a chamber where it is atomized, meaning it is broken down into small droplets. This is typically achieved by spraying the liquid through a nozzle. The droplets are then introduced into a drying chamber. Hot air is simultaneously blown into the chamber, causing the water content in the droplets to evaporate rapidly. As the water evaporates, the remaining milk solids form tiny dry particles. These particles fall to the bottom of the chamber, and the dried powder is collected. The processed milk is then packaged into various containers, such as cartons, bottles, or jars in the case of powdered milk. One of the first glass milk bottles was patented in 1884 by Dr. Henry Thatcher, who came up with the idea after seeing a milkman making deliveries from an open bucket, into which a child's filthy rag doll had accidentally fallen. By 1889, Thatcher's common sense milk jar had become an industry standard.
And we always say they ancestors, right? Why are you taking your doll to work?
Fallen. By 1889, Thatcher's common sense milk jar had become an industry standard. Packaging is done under strict hygiene standards to prevent contamination. Throughout the production process, rigorous quality control measures are implemented. This includes testing for bacterial contamination, checking for proper pasteurization, and ensuring the milk meets regulatory standards for various components. This is important because the milk must comply with these standards to be classified as grade A milk, which is about 90% of the milk produced. The milk must comply with these standards.
Okay, see, yeah. Who want to say it? Who want to say it? Why is this woman's nose all in the bottle? She could drop a whole book up in there, you ain't even know. Ease back, madam. We get it. Ease back. Some bitch. What did I do? Oh, you're not screwing with me today. Don't do this. I hate when it does this. Sorry, family. I don't know why it changed my color. Hold on. All right. Yeah. Imagine if she was sick. Never mind.
Standards to be classified as grade A milk, which is about 90% of the milk produced in the United States. If the milk somehow doesn't fall on these stringent standards and receives a grade B, it can only be used in the production of certain cheeses, which undergo further processing. The gold standard in sanitary conditions is certified milk, which is sold at a higher price than grade A milk. To ensure sanitary conditions, the inner surfaces of the process equipment and piping system are cleaned once a day. Almost all the equipment and piping used in the processing plant and on the farm are made from stainless steel. Highly automated clean-in-place systems are incorporated into this equipment that allows solvents to be run through the system and then flushed clean. This is done at a time between normal influx of milk from the farms. Once packaged, the milk is distributed to retailers through a cold chain to maintain its freshness. Refrigerated trucks are commonly used to transport milk to ensure it remains at the appropriate temperature. The milk reaches retail outlets where customers can purchase it for consumption. Commercially produced milk is available in various forms, including whole milk, skim milk, 2% milk, and specialty products like flavored milk or lactose-free milk. That was all about how milk is produced, from its humble beginnings in a dairy farm to the aisles of grocery stores. If you want to know about how ice cream is made, check out this video.
Wasn't that wonderful? What you mean what we know about powdered milk? What? So there's that. We go back to meat now. I think I played this before, but we're gonna watch it again. This is how they make lab-grown meat.
We visited a startup in San Francisco called Just. It's one of several companies trying to bring clean meat into the mainstream. They say they'll be ready to take a product to market by the end of the year.
This is a big idea that you can manufacture meat in an entirely different way.
The big question, of course, is how does it taste? We were hoping to taste it for ourselves, but they told us it wasn't ready for public consumption. So instead, we watched as their CEO ate a clean chorizo taco.
I mean, right now I'm going to be the judge of it. Ultimately, the judge of this is millions of people that are eating it. It's really good, man. I mean, I think the important part is, does it pass the threshold, A, of is it really good? It does. And B, does it pass the threshold of is this meat? And it does.
For now, we'll just have to take his word for it. But they assured us that this is actually meat. So how do companies grow it? First, technicians take a small amount of tissue from an animal, then filter it and isolate cells that they can grow. That means providing warmth and oxygen, as well as feeding them salts, sugars, and proteins, essentially tricking the cells into thinking that they're still inside their owner. The cells naturally replicate as they would inside the body, growing into something that looks more and more like food. But while they can grow muscle, fat, and connective tissue from these starter strains, the big challenge is building them in a way that recreates the meat you're used to.
Nobody's anywhere close to lab growing a steak. There's different types of muscle cells, connective tissue, bone, pockets that aggregate a lot of lipids and fat, and all of that plays into the texture, the taste, the aroma, the appearance, the functionality of something in a pan or on a grill. We're really far away from being able to create this matrix of different types of cells all doing their job.
Which is why you end up with something that looks more sloppy Joe than sirloin.
We don't want it to taste remarkable. We just want it to taste like meat. So if we're making...
He said it.
Looks more sloppy Joe than sirloin.
We don't want it to taste remarkable. We just want it to taste like meat. So if we're...
So you don't have you have no pride in your work. Nasty work. He said he doesn't want it to taste remarkable. He wants it to taste like meat. Pause.
Bro, what you on?
We're making chorizo. We don't want it to taste like A5 Kobe. We just want it to taste like chorizo.
Eventually, the goal for these companies is to produce more complex structures like a ribeye, or in the case of another startup called Finless Foods, a fish fillet.
Right now, it's a scaling up problem. And our job is to change this into millions and millions of tons of fat.
What we do is we create non-vegan.
We already have farmed fish, but now you want lab-grown fish. Okay.
Non-vegetarian real fish meat without the mercury, without the plastic, without the environmental devastation, and without the animal cruelty. This technology really comes in two pieces. The first piece is growing these cells out in a way that is efficient and also something that tastes as good as possible.
I love how you said no cruelty, but you're basically aggravating cells to grow them. But you're talking about cruelty. Okay.
Part two is taking those cells and giving it the same structure and feel and look of meat.
That might be a bigger challenge than it seems, thanks to the so-called uncanny valley effect. In robotics, that's our discomfort with humanoids that are close to being human, but not 100% there. That same principle applies to meat.
The uncanny valley of meat and with food in general is when you get to something that's a highly sophisticated imitation, but not quite there, it forces your brain into a very small window of context where you say, I'm convinced I'm going to be eating a chicken nugget. This better behave exactly like a chicken nugget in every way, shape, or form, or I'm going to freak out because I am very in tune with what to expect. We are hardwired to make sure that we're not ingesting poison. We're hardwired to make sure that we're not ingesting something that has been contaminated or something that's even low in calories. Your brain is going to pick every possible nit that's there because that's its job.
But if clean meat companies can pull it off, it could fundamentally change our relationship with meat. For example, Just is also working on a clean meat version of foie gras. That's the controversial delicacy made by force-feeding a duck or a goose until its liver swells up to 10 times its normal size. A practice so controversial that it's been banned in California. But this is the guilt-free version.
And this is remarkable.
And it makes sense that they're starting with foie gras, since the structure is pretty simple. And here's where it gets interesting, because while science still needs more studies to determine if this stuff will actually be more eco-friendly than factory farming, it's pretty clear that it will be better for animals. Even some vegans are okay with the idea, including the folks at PETA, People for the Ethical Treatment of Animals, an organization that isn't known for compromising.
People are surprised that a vegan would eat lab-grown meat or that PETA would support the idea of lab-grown meat. But, I think it really makes a lot of sense when you consider that for vegans and for PETA, our mission is to eliminate animal suffering.
But there is at least one big ethical hurdle for clean meat. To culture the cells, typically you've needed to feed them serum made from animal blood, which is not exactly an ideal basis for a more humane form of meat.
So how the hell is vegans going to eat lab-grown meat if they're using animal cells? You see, they frauds. Some of them, not all of them. This is fraud.
On top of that, serum is insanely expensive, and so is the final product. The first ever lab-grown burger, which was unveiled in 2013, cost around $330,000 to grow. At Finless Foods, they've gotten as far as croquettes, which contain their fish, but also a whole lot of potato, and that's largely due to cost.
When we first started this project, we created our initial prototype, our fish croquettes that we made back in September. That was about $19,000 per pound. Since then, we've come down to about $7,000 per pound and are continuing.
Who ready to spend $7,000 for some fake fish? That's mixed with potato.
Continuing to drop it.
So the goal right now is to identify a cheaper source of nutrients to feed the cells. Like at Just, this is what that process looks like. It's a system of robotics and AI used to sift through a giant database of plant ingredients. And they claim to have recently identified plant-based nutrients for clean meat that would be much cheaper and more ethical than using serum. So if Just, Finless Foods, and other startups can successfully scale up, we'll soon have lab-grown meat that could be more sustainable and certainly more ethical than the stuff from factory farms. As long as you're okay with it looking like this. the stuff from factory farms. As long as you're okay with it looking like this.
Are you okay with it looking like that? Interesting. One last thing.
Get to work!
We have this. How Americans are tricked into buying fake food.
So you think this is olive oil, right? Wrong. Well, maybe some of it is, but this is actually a classic example of food fraud.
The extra virgin olive oils are being switched out with cheap ones.
And fraudulent to sell something labeled as something else. Why is this fish being mislabeled?
Your Parmesan cheese products do not contain any Parmesan cheese.
Is there
Sorry.
There's no one brand that stood out as completely safe.
Wow, so we can't eat anything. I guarantee you, anytime a product can be passed off as something more expensive, it will be. It's that simple.
Counterfeits, dilution, substitution, and mislabeling. Food fraud not only harms consumers' wallets, it puts their health and safety at risk.
We might not know the overall impact of food fraud because so much of what fraudsters do is hidden from us and has been for centuries.
Some estimates say food fraud affects at least 1% of the global food industry, at a cost as high as $40 billion a year, according to the Food and Drug Administration.
Grocery manufacturers of America estimated that 10% of the commercially available food in the United States is adulterated. That's 1 in 10. It means if you're not on that 8-item or less checkout line, you've got something in your cart when you leave the supermarket that's probably bogus.
Here's how and why fake food sits secretly in our kitchen cabinets. According to the FDA, food fraud is considered economically motivated adulteration, or EMA.
It's a monetary impact to the consumer and to the food manufacturers, but it's also a potential public safety, public health impact. It robs us of nutrients and can kill people and has done.
Larry Olmsted researched food fraud for years and published his book, Real Food, Fake Food, in 2016.
As I worked on this book, my definition of fake food became anytime what you buy is not what you think you're buying. It doesn't really matter whether it's legal or illegal. It's where you're being tricked. You're buying something that's not what you think it is.
The worst offenders can include seafood, meat, dairy, honey, alcohol, spices.
The fraud happens more with more expensive foods. Totally makes sense, right? There's a higher margin.
Take your extra virgin olive oil as an example. Fraud usually occurs here when a cheaper oil is added to the more expensive oil, and the label still reads 100% extra virgin olive oil. That's food fraud.
Olive oil has been adulterated for thousands of years because it is of high value and it is sought out.
They might flavor it with beta carotene and maybe color it with a little chlorophyll to make it a little more green. And so then you've got a lower quality, cheaper oil.
So both of these olive oils I got at the grocery store, and both of them are the store brand, but one cost way more than the other. This one had a label of 100% Mediterranean blend of extra virgin olive oil. So the olives were sourced from a bunch of different European countries, and it said it was packed in Italy, and there was no expiration date. And when I purchased this one was a 100% California extra virgin olive oil. First pressed, cold pressed, unfiltered, no artificial colors, preservatives, or flavors. And this one had an expiration date. It said that these olives were harvested in October, November 2022, and that it would be good on your shelf until August 2024. And it was much more expensive. It's roughly twice as much as this olive oil. And this one had way more information about where this olive oil came from. Now let's look at the spice market as another one that's vulnerable to fraud. Think of an expensive spice like saffron. This tiny amount cost me $20 at the store. Saffron can be bulked up with some other material like plant stems and sold as the same, according to the FDA.
Popular spices like basil and chili powder from a range of different brands. Anything that's kind of colored orange, brown, and ground up can be passed off as turmeric.
It's the ultimate bait and switch. And then there's fish. The FDA says seafood fraud can occur when a less expensive species of fish is substituted for a more expensive species. After all, it's kind of hard to know what fish you're buying, right?
If you're an experienced chef or fishmonger, you can look at like a red snapper fillet and tell whether it's red snapper, but 99% of consumers can't. You know, most of the fish we eat is white fish. Every fillet looks pretty much the same, which is why there's so much substitution. The FDA is mandated by law to inspect 2% of the imported seafood, which is, I think, a very, very low bar.
In fact, the US imports as much as 85% of its fish.
But federal fisheries enforcement is serious business. Agents from NOAA and US Customs tear open a container filled with frozen fish from Thailand. They're looking for fraud.
First, it's important to understand the matrix that food fraud lives in. There's intentional and unintentional types of food risk. Unintentional risks include food safety and quality, like accidental foodborne illnesses.
CDC estimates about 50 million people a year contract a foodborne illness. Only 20%, 1 in 5 of those can be identified. So there's 40 million people a year getting sick from something they ate that we don't know what it is. And a good guess would be that fraud has something to do with that.
Then there's intentional. That's where food fraud is alongside food defense. The difference is fraud is motivated by economic gain and defense is motivated by harm.
If you have a ton of coffee and you can turn that into 1.2 tons by adding some cheap filler to it, you've just increased your profits by 20%. And a lot of these products pass through a lot of hands. They go from small growers to big trucks to tankers to boats to processing plants. It's not necessarily like this big company that's selling you coffee that's ripping you off. It can happen in a lot of ways along the way.
Even the FDA says it can't estimate how often this fraud happens or its economic impact. Over the last 10 years, the most common fraud committed is lying about an animal's origin and dilution or substitution, both ranking at 16% of incidents recorded. Dilution and substitution are exactly what they sound like. Perhaps somewhere along the supply chain, the real expensive process of refining something like fresh olives is ignored. Maybe a little canola oil is added instead. Then there's the removal of value, when an ingredient or part of a food is intentionally left out, taken out, or substituted altogether. And that substitute can be a non-food substance. That's the 14% of the recorded food fraud incidents using non-food substances.
The pandemic has given us a chance to focus on supply chains and forced us to.
For example, during the pandemic, labeling fraud really spiked in 2021 to 21% of the types of fraud that were committed and recorded.
If we knew all about it, why hasn't it been solved? The key was we weren't focusing on prevention. Food fraud prevention, if we do it right, is boring. We're the fire marshal checking exits and smoke alarms, not catching the bad guys.
The U.S. has laws in place to ensure food safety. That's part of what the FDA does today.
Basically, all food fraud, all product fraud is illegal under one law or another, somehow.
Before the FDA existed, manufacturers could add basically whatever they wanted into the food. Think of Upton Sinclair's The Jungle. That book was published in 1906. That same year, food safety regulation began with the Meat Inspection Act and the Pure Food and Drugs Act, which outlawed adulterated and misbranded food items.
To protect consumers,
This ultimately led to the creation of the FDA.
the Food and Drug Administration and the
Since then, laws have hit the books to further food safety protocols, like the Food Safety Modernization Act signed into law in 2011.
And then horse meat hit.
The fraud was on a grand scale.
Horse meat was blended into beef in the UK, across Europe.
And sold to unsuspecting supermarkets for a period of 8 months in 2012. The scandal was exposed.
And that was a great wake-up call.
Some companies purposely mislead on labels.
Prosecuting the fraudsters committing the crime can be tricky. After all, they're purposely trying to avoid that detection. But criminals are caught. Like in 2016.
Product labeled Market Pantry 100% Parmesan contained cheaper Swiss and cheddar cheese and an organic filler called cellulose, which can be derived from wood pulp.
Castle Cheese was caught adding wood pulp and cheddar to its grated Parmesan that they sold as 100% Parmesan cheese.
Anybody hungry?
The FDA does allow fillers like cellulose in cheese, but it can only make up 4% of the total ingredients.
The president of the company got a $5,000 fine, 200 hours of community service, and 3 years of probation.
So he made all the millions, but there you go, white supremacy. Made all the millions and got off with a $5,000 fine and 200 hours of community service and 3 years probation. Must be nice.
For its part, the Food and Drug Administration says its job is to make sure food doesn't hurt you, not to police the labels.
Fraud is tough for the consumer in terms of food because it's difficult. They don't have a lab in their kitchen.
The Food Fraud Prevention Think Tank has a 5-question survey consumers can use when shopping for food. 1, what type of product is it?
Be aware of product that you put on you, in you, or plug in the wall.
2, quality. Can you recognize the difference between the products? If you can't easily tell the difference, that makes you more vulnerable to fraud.
If I drink scotch, I couldn't tell you if it's a difference between a $50 bottle and a $5,000 bottle. So I know I could be deceived at that point.
3, Supplier. Do you know the retailer or the supplier? And do you trust them?
So when you turn that box of cereal or bottle of juice over and read the back, there's a lot of information there that's required by law that's helpful to the consumer.
And then question 4. Are you buying this item online? The supply chain can be shrouded in more mystery when shopping online. So how did you find out about this website? Is it reputable?
But it depends on how you find that supplier.
And finally 5, complain. Okay, it's not a question, but the Food Fraud Prevention think tank says if the retailer is legit, they will want to know.
Manufacturers can be the victims as well.
The FDA also relies on consumers' reports.
In recent decades, fraudsters have gotten more sophisticated in the techniques they use to fake the food products. And that means that our detection methods and our test methods and standards have to be better at detecting fraud.
That's why the U.S. Pharmacopoeia Convention provides a framework for organizations to detect its vulnerabilities.
We have food fraud mitigation guidance, so it is a supply chain risk management tool to really take a look at which ones are the more risky products suspected to be adulterated.
Sometimes it feels like this is not that big of a deal. But the more fraudsters are able to achieve, the more we end up paying in the end as consumers.
These cases rarely result in criminal penalties. If you want to be like a drug dealer and import heroin and you get arrested on a large scale, you're going to go to jail. But if you can make $80 million importing adulterated honey, and then you're going to get a slap on the wrist and some fines, why wouldn't you do food instead of drugs if there's no basically criminal downside to it? So as long as we don't take it seriously, why should the perpetrators take it seriously?
What we want is the food industry just to be focused on making food and not have to worry about looking over our shoulder, checking different suppliers. And that's going to impact more food being produced, better food, safer food, less expensive food. There's plenty of things for us to worry about in the world today. And food fraud should not be one of those.
Wasn't that wonderful?
We all love ice creams, candies, desserts, and all other sugary treats that come to mind. Sugar has a very important role in the food industry, as it's used in multiple ways. Added sugar in foods serves as a preservative, sweetener, texture enhancer, as well as coloring and flavoring agent. Sugar cane and sugar beets are the two main natural sources from which sugar is obtained. It was first domesticated by native New Guineans around 8000 BC, making it one of the oldest products in existence. Sugar was frequently stored in vaults because of its high value. The first American sugar cane was planted in Louisiana in 1751, launching the nation's sugar industry, which currently supports 142,000 jobs across 22 states. There are around 120 countries that manufacture sugar. 80% of the total sugar produced is made from sugar cane, with the remaining portion coming from sugar beets. Now, let's discuss the steps of sugar production one by one. The first step in the production of sugar is harvesting. Let's explore the harvesting process of sugarcane and sugar beets. The stalks of sugarcane are cut into short pieces, and the leafy tops are removed by mechanized harvesters that travel along the fields of cane. These short pieces are also called billets. Bins that are pulled along with a harvester are filled with billets. The bins are transported to the sugar factory by road or railway once they're full. Before being placed onto trucks and transported to the factory for processing, the gathered plant materials are regularly sieved to remove any dirt and pebbles. Harvest periods for sugar beet are in the fall and winter. The beet's head is removed during harvesting by a rotor beater and left in the field. The beets are then extracted from the ground by a beet loader and placed into a truck, which transports them to a processing facility. The next step in the production of sugar involves cleaning the raw materials obtained from the fields and then crushing or slicing them to make the extraction easier. The sugar cane or sugar beets undergo a thorough cleaning procedure as soon as they are delivered to the factory. Washing might take place in water-filled flues or on belts that are sprinkled with water. Washing booths commonly use rotating drums. The drum is filled with water, and when the product spins inside of it, the product rubs against itself to remove the dirt. The sugar cane or sugar beets are transported to the mill using screws or belts after being washed. The sugar cane is crushed using swing hammer crushers or rollers with deep grooves. The process of cutting sugar beets into cassettes involves slicing machines. Cassettes are strips that are smaller than French fries in size. The crushed sugar cane is sprinkled with hot water as the cassettes are bathed in hot water tanks. Both techniques expand the plant cells, preparing them for extraction. The next step involves the extraction of juice from the crushed sugar cane and strips of sugar beets. It's important to first efficiently extract the juice from the sugar plants before sending it for purification. At the factory, 10 to 12 meter tall vessels are present. The bottom of these vessels is pumped with sugar cassettes. As the sugar is extracted, the strips of sugar beet are moved upward by a spinning shaft in the center, against the current of water moving downward. Extracting the juice from sugarcane involves milling. The bagasse, which can be used as fuel later, is separated from the juice by a succession of 5 mills that compress the sugarcane fibers. The juice obtained is dark green in color, acidic, and murky in texture. Large containers are used to collect the juice, and the amount of sugar is then calculated. The cane juice is filtered and made lighter in color using tall towers with a height of up to 20 meters. At the top of the tower, the juice is added, and at the bottom, sulfur dioxide vapor is poured in. Sulfidation, a process, causes sulfur dioxide to climb upward through the tower. For every million pounds of juice, 120 to 200 pounds of gas is added. The soluble non-sugar components are further separated from the sugarcane juice using carbonation or alkalization. The juice is boiled to degrade the protein content before being combined with milk of lime, a solution of calcium hydroxide. In order to reduce the alkalinity and precipitate the carbonation sludge, which is sifted to remove impurities from the juice, carbon dioxide gas bubbles may also be added at this stage. Usually, the clarifying procedure takes many hours. In the end, the juice is taken from the top of the tank and the sludge is taken out of the bottom. As a result, mud is produced, which can later be used as good manure to fertilize fields.
There you go. So your lettuce might be sweeter than usual. Your apples might be sweeter than usual. Your pumpkins. Yeah, good manure. Yes. Good manure.
After that, a line of vacuum evaporators is used to boil the clarified juice until it has a sugar content of 50% to 65%. A thick, practically colorless sugar syrup is created by utilizing paddle skimmers to remove sediment from the head of the evaporators. The next step in the production of sugar is crystallization. In this stage of production, the syrup is evaporated in a single-stage vacuum pan until it's loaded with sugar crystals, which are created via a procedure known as seeding. The seed is gently incorporated into the syrup in the form of a milky suspension of pure sucrose, soaked in ethanol and glycerin. The sugar
Shout out to corn.
in the solution is broken down into tiny grains that act as nuclei to attract out the sugar and form crystals. The massacate, a thick paste made of syrup and sugar crystals, forms as the combination boils in a vacuum pan as water evaporates and sugar crystals continue to develop. In a sizable vessel called a crystallizer, the massacate is then gently stirred and cooled to continue the crystallization process. After crystallization, the next step in the process of manufacturing sugar is called centrifugation. In this process, the content is spun at a very high speed, and then the substances get separated according to size and density. During the process of centrifugation, the massacate is put into a high-speed centrifuge where it is separated into sugar crystals and molasses. The cylindrical perforated metal basket of the centrifuge, which revolves at 1,000 to 2,800 revolutions per minute, is located inside. During centrifugation, molasses passes through the coated centrifuge basket and is drawn to the centrifuges outside. From there, it is removed and moved to storage tanks. The enclosed centrifuge basket retains the sugar. During centrifugation, spring water is used to cleanse the crystals. The final steps in the production of sugar are drying and packaging. The wet sugar crystals are dehydrated in sizable hot air dryers to as little as 0.02% water content. The sugar is then gently swirled in a granulator through the warm air. The dried crystals are then divided into different sizes using vibrating screens before being placed in storage containers. Eventually, the sugar is packaged for the buyer. Now, do you see the amount of work that goes behind the making of the sugar crystals that you put in your coffee every morning? From harvesting to packaging, sugar production is a vast process. Sugar is a useful and important food ingredient with many properties. It not only imparts sweetness and adds flavor to food, but it also gives it scent, color, texture, and a longer shelf life. Click on one of the 2 videos on your screen right now. We'll catch you guys in the next one.
No, there's that. You'll like this one.
Hello viewers, welcome to Travel Life YouTube channel, and today we will speak how to buy a good tea, how to buy a gift to your home. So you know, if you travel to Asian countries, you can buy good souvenirs. So this is a tea, but how to be sure is it a true tea or not? So we will do this way. So we put two kinds of teas in a glass and put water. Put cold water, not hot, cold water. So let's do it. Okay, now we will leave it for 15 minutes, and after 15 minutes we will see the color of our tea. Okay, so after 15 minutes, let's watch. And now you see one of the glass has color. So it means the tea in this glass is not natural. So my tip is for you, if you want to buy a lot of tea to your home, just at first to buy just small tea, test it, and after you will know, is it natural or not. So put cold, very important, cold. If you put warm water, both of tea will have color. Okay, friends, let's.
I know it was hard for him to explain what he said. He's saying a lot of the tea that we buy commercially is not real, which there's a whole lot of stuff that's in there. So it's better to just get the, well, he used cold water for this. So basically he used cold water to show that tea bags, it's not real tea. This is why when you go to Asian countries, when you ask for tea, they give you the pot. They have the tea leaves in there. And they don't bring you the tea unless it's ready. He was actually Turkish. But there's that. And I'm going to put a link in the chat because there's no video associated with it. But it'll show you how a lot of coffee is fake. So there's that. But now we have to transition into grifters. I'm only going to highlight one today, because I could easily just do one on Tim Pool, but he deserves his own broadcast. Because now he's talking about he not leaving, and now he's going to be streaming from Daily Wire all next week. That was a quick retirement, but you know. I discovered a grifter today, family. White grifter from Europe. He's mad at DC Comics because they're doing a new initiative called All In, where they've been changing around the mythos of certain heroes. Let's hear what he says.
You know, let me go here. There's a growing concern.
I lost the page. Here it goes. Oh, this is not the right one. Let me see. Was it this one? No, this was the second one. I need the first one. Let me get the first one. So he's called Ranting for Vengeance. Death to all posers. Absolute Batman, it gets way worse. It's woke trash. All right. Why the woke Green Lantern casting is a disaster. Okay, so you literally read the synopsis. They're doing Hal Jordan and Jon Stewart. Now it's woke. Okay. Let's see what he said about Batman.
So DC has decided to reinvent Batman in the brand new series, Absolute Batman. Many people are saying it's amazing. It's a breath of fresh air.
This shit is gas, man. Wrong. This shit is gas. Like, is this what DC meant when they said DC all in? I'm kind of retarded.
I'm here to tell you if that's the truth. Spoiler alert, it's not at all. It's literally one of the worst takes on Batman ever. Quick disclaimer.
Now, for all intents and purposes, I already read Absolute Batman #1. And I like the direction they're taking Batman. But for this individual, let's hear his take on it.
Disclaimer before I start. This isn't some rage bait video. I'm not lying to get your attention. I'm telling you my opinion, which I believe is the truth.
Okay, let's help you out here, sir. If you're going to go down this road being a fake ass woke person, anti-woke person, what you should do first is never ever say you're going to give your opinion and then say that it's the fact or it's the truth. Because an opinion is something that you form and cannot always be held up as the truth. That's why they call it facts. Truth versus lies, facts versus opinions. But you want to be in this realm. Okay. Let's see.
This A is not Batman and B is an absolute dumpster fire. This comic is a disgrace to creators like Frank Miller, Jeff Loeb. This isn't the Batman they envisioned. I know it's a different take on the character, but what this does ruins the character entirely. So this comic strives to reinvent the world of Batman in every way possible. What if a bodybuilder engineer dude became Batman? Yeah, that's not.
Okay, a bodybuilder engineer dude. I'm sorry. Didn't Batman create most, if not all, of his weapons? Okay, so he's taller and more muscular. What's the problem? I'm not understanding. What he's not reading the script. I don't know what's the problem. Y'all are the same ones that look around when Batman was fighting all these aliens and gods and he was standing and holding his own. Y'all said it wasn't believable in plot armor. Now that he's a bodybuilder, it's a problem for you. You literally have a bodybuilder engineer type in DC called John Henry Irons. And he's arguably one of the smartest people in the entire DC multiverse. But an engineer style Batman pisses you off. Family, what if I told you it's going to get worse?
Not badass. I'm sorry. I don't find that badass. I don't find that different, unique, entertaining. It's just cringy. There's people all across the internet saying that this comic is badass. It's awesome. This comic literally reads like those edgy 90s comics that every single person makes fun.
Oh, Lord. Okay. Edgy 90s comics that people make fun of. Are you insane, sir? Do you know what was edgy in the 90s? The blue and gold X-Men teams. You know, the one that the comics use? The one that all the video games use? This fool had the nerve to put up Vigilante and Spawn. Wildstorm and Vertigo were so edgy that DC had to buy them. Todd McFarlane was so edgy, both DC and Marvel asked him to come in and write their comics and do the artwork. No, this Batman is overly muscular. He don't like it. This Batman is like on the level of Bane, almost. He don't like it. But 90s edgy comics are no good. Sir, guess what happened in the 90s? Yeah, Superman died and Batman got his ass kicked and his back broken. And then he caught himself later, which was hilarious. He caught himself because then he tried to scold people because he's gonna hold up a comic of Kraven's Last Hunt, talking about how you don't know nothing about no comics. Sir, without the 90s, there's no Carnage. Maybe you didn't know that. Without the 90s, there's no Harley Quinn. This love of and affection for the Sinister Six all of a sudden, because a lot of people found out about them through No Way Home. Yeah, that's how they came back. That's how the Hobgoblin got popular. And also through the cartoon. You got Venom. That's when Venom came into prominence. And he became the Lethal Protector. But all right. But okay. Ben Reilly, anybody. But according to this dude, the 90s, everybody made fun of. Well, he didn't do videos then, so I don't know. But it's going to get worse.
Fun of. It's like a 12-year-old's fan fiction of Batman. This comic has everything. It has horrible, edgy dialogue. It has some pretty gay character designs. And if you can believe it,
edgy, okay.
Edgy 90s comics that every single person makes fun of. It's like a 12-year-old's fan fiction of Batman. This comic has everything. It has horrible, edgy dialogue.
Is he really about to tell us that Batman comics have never cursed? Are we really about to go there? Batman's never said a curse word. No characters in the Batman mythos has ever cursed.
Horrible, edgy dialogue. It has some pretty gay characters.
By the way, that's Bruce Wayne. He's giving a flower to his mother. He calls that gay.
And if you can believe it, they managed to race swap another redhead from comic books.
That was supposed to be Barbara Gordon.
Gay character designs, and if you can believe it, they managed to race swap.
That's the new Barbara Gordon. How do we not know that this Barbara Gordon was adopted? And so what if she's black?
Another redhead from comic books. They managed to jump in there and turn them black. So after
I guess he doesn't understand this is a whole new universe. I guess he doesn't understand this. But okay.
reading Absolute Batman, I think we can all agree that Scott Snyder can't really write comic books, correct?
Now this part really pissed me off. Now if he's acting like this, wait till he reads the Wonder Woman first issue. That's really gonna make him mad. This fool just said Scott Snyder cannot write comics. All my comic book heads, come closer. This fake Paul Dano looking dude just said that Scott Snyder cannot write comic books. Family. Scott Snyder almost a decade ago wrote one of the freshest takes on Batman's mythos that spawned an entire DC level threat, an event called Dark Knight's Metal. He created one of the most beloved characters that have come out in the modern age of comics called the Batman Who Laughs. That they included his costume in various video games. Zero Year is considered one of the best Batman stories ever told. Death of the Family was amazing. And it so distrusted the Bat family. But he said he don't know how to write comics. Even though this was supposed to be, the Court of Owls was supposed to be a Dick Grayson story, this was fire. And you got an animated movie out of it. But he said Scott Snyder does not know how to write comics. I can't believe he just said that. Where do they get these people from? Okay. Dark Knight's Metal. He wrote it, but he don't know how to write comics. Okay.
Correct? And this is a fact proven with every single page of this garbage. There's an abundance of absolutely insane creative decisions happening here. Who in their right mind greenlit Alfred's look? What is the haircut?
So he's mad that Alfred has hair. He's mad that Alfred has hair. By the way, in this story, Bruce and Alfred never met. Know why they've never met? Because he's broke. He's not the rich billionaire playboy. And his parents are alive. Remember, the woman who he's giving the flower to was his mother. His father is a teacher, or used to be a teacher before he died. Alfred was sent here by an organization to kill Batman. He was originally supposed to get intel, but he wanted to kill him. But they asked him to kill him. But okay.
What is the beard? Why is he an MI6 mercenary? With like
because Alfred was British intelligence before he became a butler. The kid doesn't even know Alfred's mythos. He doesn't know his backstory. They literally did an entire series called Pennyworth that showed his origins in British intelligence. What are we doing?
grenade launchers and sniper rifles. This is
so him being in British intelligence. He never used those weapons. Okay, cool. You're talking about Alfred Pennyworth, the man who beat Superman, the man who punked Superman. Say less.
straight up cringe. I'm sorry. So I thought Alfred was bad enough, but then we get to Bruce Wayne, the main man himself. What do you think when I say Bruce Wayne? You think the suave, charming rich guy, which in Batman Year One was originally based off of Gregory Peck, but now in this comic they're going for something a little different. Let's just take a little glance at what they thought Bruce Wayne was. So this is the page where Bruce Wayne is first introduced. We see him hitting a bag. He looks exactly like Bruce Wayne has for the last like 100 years, saying some badass Batman stuff. No fear, no pain. And then out of nowhere, this big hulking transgender comes up behind him and is like, "Hey bro, I think it's my turn now," and just starts blowing the punching bag across the room with his big fat arms. Now, the character design going on here, he has the haircut of some fat emo transgender kid, and that is Bruce Wayne. I'm not joking. That is Batman. Then we actually start getting into the backstory.
What's the problem? What's the problem? Oh, so big muscle-bound dudes are a problem now. So y'all watched Superman for about 80 years. You didn't have a problem with that, but you have a problem with Batman. But y'all love Batman: The Dark Knight Returns. And he's literally out of shape. But he was rotunded. You've literally seen Batman comics where they overemphasize his chest, but this was a problem for you. Okay.
Of Bruce Wayne. His parents weren't killed coming down that alleyway and they got mugged. No, instead, he's at a zoo with his dad or something, and his dad...
First off, that was when he was in school, when he was an adolescent. Yes, his father taught at the school he went to. He was in his class, yes. Bro, if you read the comic, why would you sit up here and lie about the contents of the comic? That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Dad gets shot, and the idea for Batman comes from the fact that he's in a zoo and he goes into some bat-like exhibit. I really don't know what's going on here. I don't.
Wow, he went to a bat exhibit and saw a bat. Oh, I'm sorry, he didn't crash through a window, or he fell into a cave and the first image he saw was a bat. I'm sorry. He changed it. He went in the zoo and saw a bat. Okay. Killer Croc, Penguin, Firefly. Yeah, Batman's never had Catwoman. Yeah, he never had animal-based enemies before. You're right. That's just far-fetched.
I don't know what was being smoked in the writer's room, but clearly this comic is all over the place. It's a mess. And apparently Bruce Wayne isn't some rich guy anymore. Instead, he's a working class citizen, working all these different constructions.
Wow, because we've never seen working class citizens become superheroes. We've never seen this. Well, wow. Family, he figured it out. There should be no such thing as a working class superhero. That bothers him. He should never, if that bothers him, right? That Batman is working class, then he should hate every comic where Peter was running his own company. When he had Parker Industries, he should hate that. I'm just saying. I don't get this.
Jobs learning engineering, so he's this super genius, and his mother is still alive, so there's no motive to fight that you're orphan, your two parents were shot in front of you, and you'll never stop on your crusade against crime. Instead,
sir, oh Jesus Christ, go ahead, keep going.
Your dad got shot in a zoo somewhere, your mother is still alive, and now you're just working construction jobs. Is this Batman? I don't really know what's going on here.
Wow, so his mother's still alive, but his father got shot and he's not here. That wasn't the motivation. Okay, dude. Okay.
I was shocked reading it. He's walking around like an emo kid, brooding. I don't know what's going on with Batman.
Oh my God. Oh my God. He said it.
You know what's going on here. I was shocked reading it. He's walking around like an emo kid, brooding.
I'm sorry, Batman never brooded. Oh Lord, Bruce Wayne's never brooded. Is he serious? No, I wait a minute. Are we halfway? Wait a minute. No, I can't do this. I need somebody up here. If you're a comic head, get up here. He's Irish. Or yeah, I think he's Irish. I need a comic book head up here. Baby. Yes. Not you. Baby. This kid is doing a video trashing the new Batman comic and said he doesn't understand why Bruce Wayne is brooding. No, why he's brooding. Yes. No, like you know what brooding is? Yeah, he doesn't understand how that's him. No, because they're doing a new version of Batman, and he can't understand why he's brooding. Yes. Because he's dumb.
I don't know what's going on with Batman these last few years, but people need to learn that his hair doesn't come down over his eyes. He doesn't listen.
Oh my God. This fool just said his hair don't come down over his eyes. That's what we're doing? That's what we're doing. Oh Lord. Now we're going to go how his hair is. But I bet you he was sitting there. How much you want to bet he was sitting there when Batman Begins came out and he was sitting in the movie theater? I bet you he was. Okay, dude. This is what we're doing. Now we're talking about his hair.
To Nirvana, and he's not gay. So then in the story,
how is he? Now he's saying he's gay. Oh my God. Because he gave his mother a flower, that makes him gay. Jesus Christ.
Story, we learn about this gang of scumbags who have taken over Gotham. Very similar to The Dark Knight Returns, except in The Dark Knight Returns, you had the mutant gang. These violent creeps who were going around.
Because it was in the future, sir. Oh, Lord.
stealing, killing. It was really dark for its time. So you think in this brand new comic, this edgy comic, they'll be able to go darker? No.
What? It's literally Batman coming out of retirement. Are we really doing this? It's literally Batman in the future when he's referencing The Dark Knight Returns. He's literally aged 30 years. But you're saying this is not edgy enough. What were you expecting, sir? Lizard people?
The people who have taken over the city, the big bad villains, are called the party animals. I don't get it. I really don't. They're wearing like clown masks or
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realize that his first go round, he was supposed to go into his rogues gallery. I'm sorry. Jesus Christ.
party masks. I don't know. It's all very messy and stupid. When Frank Miller designed those mutants, they really did look threatening. These party animals, there's no threat here. Where is the villain?
Oh, I'm sorry. An AK-47 pointing at me. Yeah, I'm gonna look at that as I'm gonna say that's not a threat. Is he insane?
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Who is it? Who is this guy, kid?
I don't know his name. His channel's called Ranting Interventions.
Okay, all right. Because
he
he
just
talking,
started his channel and he grifting.
that's, yeah, he's saying shit that don't make no damn sense.
He's trying to get on the anti-woke train.
Okay, now nothing to see that I was about to say, because I was like, it seemed like he's just trying to practice racism in public.
In the story. I know they introduced Joker at the end of it, but where the hell is the threat? And now, finally.
How do you know they're not? It was the first comic. How do you know it's not a threat?
We get onto the biggest offense of the entire story. Commissioner Jim Gordon is giving a speech to Gotham, and he actually looks like Jim Gordon. He's white. He has the grey hair. He has the mustache. Then the terribly ridden villains enter, the party animals, and they just start shooting up the place. Then that's when we get the glimpse of the best part of the entire story. Barbara Gordon. She peeks her head in just one panel, I'm pretty sure. And she's black. She is black. They did it again. Another redhead character, just changed to black. Iris.
Oh, he trying to grift hard.
She's black. She's black. Okay, so she's black.
Yeah.
So what? Y'all keep proving to us that you having these black girls pushing y'all into these lockers. What are we doing? So is she okay? And what if you find out she's adopted? Then what? You gonna stop reading the comic?
They gonna protest. It's gonna be
She's black. Well, thank you for pointing that out. We didn't know.
It's terrible. He has no argument. Every argument he puts up, he has no argument.
Oh, wait till you see his response videos because he got shit for this.
Oh, I'm not surprised at that. Oh,
West. Wally West. Are we serious? We're just making them black.
What are you talking about?
Character just changed to black. Iris West. Wally West. Are we serious? We're just making them black for no reason and expecting people not to notice or expecting
Motherfuckers noticed Iris West was black on the TV show for 10 years and they gave her shit for it and she still had a job after 10 years. So what's the problem?
people to tolerate it, but I won't, and I hope everybody else won't either. Black Barbara Gordon just snuck her way in. Why? Think about it from a writing standpoint. She didn't even need to show up in the story. If she did, she should have looked the way she always has. I'm getting sick of this. Can we just start changing black characters to white? Can Black Panther be white in the next comic, please?
I love how they always go back to that argument. Why don't you just make Black Panther white if we're going to change everybody around? Because he was established to be from Africa, unless you're about to tell us that Africa is white. I don't like these people. Daniel West. We just forgot about Daniel West, right? Okay, dude. Okay, dude. And I love how Black Panther is the only black superhero they can think of.
What about Virgil, man?
What
about Virgil? I was just talking with my brother about him.
Why would they turn
Static Shock? They'll never bring him up
because they know better.
Like, oh, there ain't no black superheroes. We like most of us knew Static Shock.
We're not going to forget about his half brother, though. We're not going to mention him, right? Okay.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah,
we're not going to mention the half brother of T'Challa that's white.
No, well,
we're not going to mention that. No, okay.
That's where they get a little too uncomfortable.
It doesn't work that way because black people need to be represented. Wait, they've always been represented, and you're just shoving them into stories for no.
When the hell? What? Huh? Sir, see, I know he ain't in the comic book community. You know how long we had to fight for them to give black characters solo series? Do you see how quickly they got rid of Milestone because it was getting too real? Now it's coming back now. Sir, Storm still doesn't have a solo series to her name that people can go back and read. They had to put her in the Avengers, sir. They're starting to build up Blue Marvel now. Wait till y'all have a problem with that when he starts mainlining everybody. Then y'all ain't gonna like it. This guy is not serious. Look how long. Look how long they won't even let Steel get some shine. Y'all got pissed off at Future State when you found out that the new Batman was black. Jesus Christ. Y'all got mad on a rumor that Michael B. Jordan was going to be Superman. That's not even the main Superman. Lord, get this boy off my screen. We got some more.
No reason now. They're swapping people out to make them black because you want to make up for all those years of not being represented. It's a lie, and
it's a lie. This boy said it's a lie.
Okay.
What's a lie?
That black characters have not been represented.
They won't like
Is
that.
he high? I think he's high on something.
No, they just want to. No, they just mad because they want to see themselves and all this stuff. They wanted to stay mostly white, which a lot of people got tired of seeing. It don't sell like that. That's why they had to put black characters in there to make it more damn interesting.
Exactly.
Hell, you talking about? You remember you just brought up that when you said Blue Marble Kid, I had to come up. Cause I said, oh no, they definitely don't want to go down that rabbit hole. But Blue Marble, yeah, he supposed to be almost like a better version of Superman, right? If I'm correct.
Mm-hmm.
And guess who his look? Basically, that's basically who he is, and guess who his own love interest is?
I know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. We can go down that rabbit hole, bitch. Excuse my language. Go down that rabbit hole.
Wait till the icon gets on again. Hey, you was slapping around Superman.
Shoot.
Hey, don't he got a Quidditch match to get to or something?
Hold on. Who outside?
Me. Sorry.
Why you
He looks like someone ordered. He looks like someone ordered Ron Weasley on Tammy.
Scott Snyder is an ultra retard. Just look at the last fight scene. I won't bring you through the entire thing because I'm kind of getting sick of this garbage, even just looking at it. But basically, Batman drops down to stop these party animals. What's the difference to normal Batman? He's basically the Hulk now. His cape has turned into Spawn's cape for some reason because he can.
Didn't we just establish that he's an engineer? So what's the problem? I'm really trying to figure this out. What is the problem? Oh Lord.
Like push it out and drive people through windows and walls with it. I don't know what his cape is doing in the comic, and it's really odd. Then
Oh, I'm sorry. Batman's cape is a weapon. I'm sorry.
he rips off his ears. You know those things on his head? Yeah, he just rips them off and starts cutting guys, throwing them around. Then finally, when I was ready to puke my guts out because it was such a disgrace to the character of Batman, we get hit with this page. This bad guy comes up to him, edgy, cursing at Batman. Get the F out of her way. Batman then takes off his big loaf of bread logo, the big rectangle that doesn't even look like the Bat logo, and uses it as a hammer or something, or an axe, and slices the dude's arm off with no regard for whether or not he lives or dies. And then just goes, yeah, there's a hospital down the road. You should start running. That's some cringy tough guy dialogue that a 12-year-old would write. And then on.
So he's mad that Batman chopped somebody's arm off. Oh,
Batman.
Batman.
The Arkham games? The Arkham games, Batman puts people in the hospital all the time.
I was about to say, that sounds like Batman.
Oh my God.
So you're upset.
Arkham Knight, you hit people with your armored car and just keep it moving. That is crazy.
Okay.
On top of it, Batman then just starts screaming, cursing at this gang. You're gonna have to get the F out of my way. What? What is this? Please, can we stop glorifying it, calling it badass awesome? It's one of the cringiest things I've ever read. So Absolute Batman, without a doubt, is an absolute disaster. It's a waste of paper, a waste of ink, and a complete and utter waste of time. Batman is a detective. Frank Miller knew this. Jeff Loeb knew this.
Well, you just found out that he's an engineer.
No, his
You
face
also
like a
found out
damn
in year
disaster.
one he was a terrible detective. He had to get trained by Commissioner Gordon. Well, I think he was a lieutenant then. He had to learn his detective skills from Jim Gordon.
He just proves that everybody don't need a voice and need to shut the hell up.
No,
They
and
really
he also
don't.
proves that a lot of these people don't know what comics are.
They don't.
Nah,
they just sound
The
stupid.
grifters, they just come online to bitch about things that they think other incels like themselves are angry about. That's just it, because they have no idea what the actual source material is about.
So it
All they
seems
doing
I've
is making
triggered
people to
an
go
absolute
check it out.
horde of gay freaks. I called Absolute Batman a cringy gay mess, but it seems I've really ticked people off. There's a mob of nut jobs in my comment section. Not one person making an actual coherent argument. So I say that Barbara Gordon being turned black contributes nothing to the story. And your response
She was
is
in
your
one
ginger and four
panel.
eyes.
She was in one panel. Oh Lord.
No shit.
Even
Notice
for
how
the
they
nut jobs
always
who
get
actually
like
did
this.
respond properly, you still made no sense because you're gay. One guy literally said the two most successful things out of the Batman universe and mythos were Batman Beyond and the Batman 2022.
White privileged assholes.
What are you even talking about? What planet are you living on? These people have Batman in their profile picture and they call themselves comic book fans on Twitter, when really you're just some gay freak who picked up last week's newest comic and you're defending it. Why? The comic.
See, he's gonna lose his channel. I already know it.
Oh yeah, he said that G word. Yep. He's gonna get
Some
demonetized.
people are having some fun with it. Like, I don't know, like crack open a beer and laugh at Bruce's haircut. But other than that, there's nothing really to defend. Now, in the past few days, Absolute Batman issue 2, the preview of it just dropped. Bruce has modified some massive construction vehicle that he somehow managed to sneak off of a job site. Yeah, it makes zero sense. Even the people.
Looking like a goddamn school shooter.
Didn't we establish that he is?
He looks like the guy who shot
Did we
that
not-
45.
But didn't we not establish that he's an engineer? So why is this as a Batmobile a problem?
Because 1 + 1 = 3 with his ass.
Screenshot.
He's not going to last very long in these YouTube streets if he keeps talking like this.
somehow managed to sneak off of a job site. Yeah, it makes zero sense. Even the people who like this comic are criticizing this. It's
Yeah,
nothing.
because he used that big ass car to sneak off a construction site when he literally just demolished 2 police cars. Okay, dude.
Sneak off of a job site. Yeah, it makes zero sense. Even the people who like this comic are criticizing this. It's nothing like the tank that Bruce created in The Dark Knight Returns. In fact, this one has no purpose. There's no army of villains. Normal Batman could take all of these guys out in one evening. This Batman needs to chop off their arms, take a massive tank, and start crushing police cars for some reason, and then...
Because he wasn't trained by the League of Assassins, sir. He's a regular dude.
All the answers to his problems is just because he don't know about Batman. How you gonna make a whole video about?
Do you know how long Batman struggled to beat people up when he first started?
Exactly.
The dude got shot before multiple times.
I'm like, come on, man.
Dude getting his ass hit left and right.
Oh my god. They even did that in what's the name? What was it? The Dark Knight. We had to get away from them cops.
Yeah.
He could have beat them all up. It was 3 years after he started. He could have beat them all up, but he couldn't. He had to call back to come help him. What are we doing?
Start swearing into people's faces. When I uploaded that video, yeah, I did expect some people to have a problem with it. Then I just click into my notifications and it looks like an LGBTQ pride parade. I ask you over and over and over, give me one good reason why Barbara Gordon should be black.
You saw her in one panel. You don't even know what her story is. Jeez.
I'm still waiting. There isn't a good reason. Race doesn't matter, man. Okay, then make Black Panther white. Can we get absolute Black Panther? Like the absolute version of it, where he looks like Ryan Gosling, please.
I just don't know where his argument be coming from.
He's just mad. That's just what it is. He just mad because he saw a black woman in one comment. That's all it is.
Pissed off at that Superman comic where he kissed old boy.
Like, damn, dude, it ain't that deep. You saw one black character in one damn page of the damn fucking comment. You got upset. You want to go record a goddamn video. No wonder you get no pussy.
Yeah, you're not going to do that because it's the other way around. So race does matter, and you of all people are obsessed with it. I thought that Absolute Batman was cringy and retarded, but it seems that something else is topping that in levels of gayness and retardation. And it's your profile. Black Lives Matter, Ukrainian, Palestine. I don't even know what the hell. There's so many flags.
You're getting trolled by bots. He brought up people with Black Lives Matter in their name and don't realize they're bots. All right.
Going on, so many pronouns. To me, it just screams mentally ill gay. I actually found some people in my comment section, they found Absolute Batman to be a fun take on Batman. But then everybody else in my comment section was using words like peak, low key, using all these phrases from TikTok. I can tell you're some 11-year-old who hasn't read a comic book in their life and is attacking me because you like the way Batman curses. You like the fact that he chops people up now. Just realize that it's some...
Sir, you can pick up a Batman comic and see him cursing, saying the D word in hell. What are you talking about?
He just don't have no fucking argument.
No, but what's pissing me off, he has all this comic and movie lore in his background, and he claiming that he know Batman, but he never seen Batman curse.
I mean, it's absurd. It's
all
really
them Batman
I
movies.
have to laugh because it's just too stupid for me not to laugh.
Like he curses in almost every movie he don't have. Like he don't have PG-13 movies with him cursing. Him and the Justice League. So what are you talking about? He don't know what the hell he talking about.
Edgy, cringe garbage. And then it happened. A few retards actually thought it was a good idea to come in and ask me, have you even read a comic book? Absolute Batman is badass. You don't even read comics. First of all, before you talk about the quality of anything, read a comic book that came out before the year 1980. And more importantly, second of all, don't start a fight you can't finish because I'll...
Sir, what was edgy? What was edgy about the Bronze Age? I gotta know what was so edgy about the Bronze Age when Superman was flying through space and he was beating everybody. How edgy was Batman in the 70s, sir? He didn't get edgy until the 80s. The turn for DC being edgy happened after Crisis on Infinite Earths. What are we? Never mind. Never mind, dude.
I'll give you a war you won't believe. So I'm not quite sure you know what that is, but that's Kraven's Last Hunt in a single issue, not a reprint, not a trade that I picked up from Amazon. No, that's a single issue that I found because I actually read the comic books. I don't just watch TikToks about them, then argue with people online like some lunatic. I don't know what they do at Pride parades, but over here in the real world, you don't just attack people for their appearance. You act.
Sir, you literally just been attacking people for their appearance. You literally just did it.
All right, and he don't want to look like he ain't make the Quidditch team.
You literally just came up here and laughed at people's names.
Nah, he didn't make the math club. Shit, he didn't make the math leagues.
This guy's great.
Actually create an argument that goes against what they're saying, which none of you did. And the people that actually tried to failed horribly. And to the other soy boys who said that, how does bro know what badass means? How does bro tell us about this? Absolute Batman's first line in the entire story is, love is in the air. What? I'm Batman.
Well, I'm sorry that he wasn't supposed to say, this is my effing city.
I'm Batman. I'm gay. What happened to the days of Frank Miller's Batman? Welcome to hell. Are you kidding me? This is the weapon of the enemy. We shall not use it. Breaks a gun over his knee. That is Batman. Not, love is kind of in the air, guys. That's a fag. That is not Bruce Wayne. So yeah, I did read the comic and it's retarded and gay. I'm not going to change my opinion for anybody. Stop calling things badass. If you want to know what badass is, that right there is badass. Not some...
Ooh, Daredevil using a gun.
That is badass.
I just want to know.
Oh, you already... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, I just really want to know who the hell this guy is, because this guy don't know nothing about comics. While he's sitting here simultaneously, isn't all this stuff? This is supposed to be alternate universes. He's complaining about a goddamn character switch. The purpose of
this is their new initiative, though. This is like they erased Rebirth and now they're doing something new.
It's like a multiverse thing, right?
No, this is new, this is Prime.
Is this after Darkseid wiped out the universe?
What's that?
Is this after the Darkseid wiped out the universe? So we created the universe.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what's he bitching about?
I'm be honest with you, dude. And especially he keep on calling out the LGBTQ. This dude look like he's stuck in between the LGBT and Q. I can tell if he shut his mouth. I wouldn't know if he's a man or a woman, to be honest with you.
And the funny thing, he over here whipping out comic books. Like that's supposed to mean something.
You know, I couldn't actually tell if he was part of the Dracula community that never sees the sun and the regular human community.
Somebody pick up a phone. Somebody want a pizza.
That's a good.
He's a part of the soulless community. That's
so he can accept the fact that Daredevil has a gun right there. He's in the alternate universe, but somebody changing race in the alternate universe, no, he can't accept that. Get out of here.
Oh, it's just they know they guns.
Really hate Earth 23, where all the heroes except Batman are black.
Bro, and notice he attacked Black Panther right off the bat. Oh, what if Black Panther was white? I'm like,
but that's the thing, though. Black Panther, there's already a Black Panther that's white. His name is White Wolf, and that's literally that's his brother or whatnot, according to the comic, half brother or whatever. But yeah, there's already one. So while he's running around here, like we couldn't even have that to ourselves. Niggas got jealous. They said, no, we need somebody like it too. So he said, fine, we're gonna give him the White Wolf. And
give him the White Wolf. Mm-hmm.
You know, I don't think I can put anybody in the chat room or on this panel on game, but the game that he's playing is this whole sympathizer conservative nonsense where they're trying to switch out the race of the characters. But like how he presents his information is so well done that people actually believe it. You know what I'm saying? That's like me saying I'm gonna go collect some money if I can go build this movie theater for the next 20 years, and you guys believe me. As long as I sell it well to you guys are gonna keep supporting me. You know what I'm saying? That's how he's selling this stuff, man. You know,
he's not selling it right.
Yeah, because
no. He's selling it right because you're gonna get some low hanging fruit. Low hanging fruit that falls to the ground and the worms start eating. They're gonna believe everything that he's saying with their 22 IQ points. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna believe this.
Anybody who read a comic book would know that he's full of shit. That's the thing. Like, now he might get some teenagers, maybe somebody out of high school that might be catching him on 4chan somewhere.
No,
but
no, mostly them. But you're gonna get people in their 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, people in their 140s, like Joe Biden. Bro, you're gonna get all of them, man. They're gonna believe this.
Oh, don't worry, they were in there caping for him.
That'd be full. They'd be full of shit. They'll probably get a cape for him. They'll try to.
Absolute Wonder Woman. He's gonna lose his mind. He might pull his hair out. When they show her origin, he gonna lose his mind.
Good.
Gay dude saying love is in the air. That is badass. When did Wolverine ever go?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
He just want white people to look.
Going
White
to a big group.
man look good.
Look at his
Villains
crusty
out of
ass
some
lips.
dark actor. That is
Look at
badass.
those
When
lips,
did
y'all.
Wolverine ever go into a big group of
What
villains
lips?
down in some
He ain't
dark
got no
alleyway
lips.
and say, "No, you're gonna have to get the F out of my way"? No,
Bro, they drive in they drive in Alaska.
Hang on, this guy just said that Wolverine would never go down a dark alley and see a whole bunch of people that want to fight him and say, "Get the F out of my way."
What?
He hasn't read Old Man Logan? That is crazy. That he's saying this shit. My God.
Hey, he's definitely gonna hate on Charlemagne because did you guys see him as Wolverine today?
Charlemagne doing what?
Charlemagne the God. Look up the video of him dressed up as Wolverine.
Mr. I'm blackly black, but he should have went as Aladdin and said he was a black Aladdin. Are you kidding me?
Nah.
All the caping he did for Kamala, he should have went as Aladdin. What is Kamala today? I forgot today was Halloween. Is she?
You already know she black today. What are you talking about? Come on.
Bro, is she the Black Panther today?
No, nah.
She's one of the the warriors. That's what she is. The ball chicks.
No, she's Tiana from Princess and the Frog today, looking for her white man.
I'm laughing out. My mic is off, but I'm laughing at, like, you guys good.
Yeah, but
she Haji's sister from Johnny Quest.
He says you just signed your death warrant because he's going to kill you. Bruce Wayne was not edgy in The Long Halloween or Year One, despite what you cocks are saying in my comment section. Bruce Wayne was a stoic chat. He never just started swearing at people for no reason. That's cringy, and you know it. For the love of God.
So Bruce Wayne never cursed when he got mad. Okay.
How old is this kid? Like,
he's gotta be in his early 20s.
No, I think I actually looked up his age. I think he's 8 years old. He just aging bad.
my man aging backwards. That's
I don't want to say it, but I mean, he over here looking like Rocky Dennis before the mutation. I'm just saying.
Like this kid has no, he doesn't have no perspective. If Batman grew up without parents,
I ain't gonna hold you.
He's a rebel.
This
Why would he
could be
not?
Tom
cuss?
Holland if he never discovered theater work.
Don't do Tom Holland like that.
I can see it. I can see it.
This is evil, ugly song. I'm about to call him that's his sister. Damn, his brother.
Before you start coming in trying to tell me my own business, first of all, read a comic, kid. You might have heard of it. It's like a book with like pages and images in it. You might have actually heard of it. So go read one. Second of all, if you're black and obsessed with Dragon Ball Z, you're not really allowed to talk about superheroes. I don't care.
What the fuck?
What?
Oh my god! Oh my god!
What does that have to do with anything?
He's just hating it hard.
Jesus Christ!
He's just hating hard.
They always go back to the comic book anime. It never fails.
What's wrong? This dude look.
He just got rejected or something, man.
This dude literally looks like every nerd character off the Big Bang Theory mixed together.
You know what, sir?
I bullshit you not.
Let me help you. Sailor Moon would own Superman right there and then.
What's up with you and Sailor Moon, man?
Yo, Sailor Moon, you need to read the manga. I know y'all got manga on anime, bro. I don't understand how strong that girl is.
Oh, so Sailor Moon OP. You can't be gay, so she OP.
Look,
Goku is level super bad. I know that.
Well, I gotta read this Sailor Moon manga because this man said Sailor Moon would body Goku, and I'm hard pressed.
No. What?
I'm hard pressed to believe that
What kind of moon dust you on, bro?
I ain't on that moon. All right.
I'm telling you, man, I gotta read this because this is a hilarious notion to even put out there.
Hey, dude. I'm just saying, it's out there. You read the mangas are out there.
Miss Niecy killing his ass in the
chat. Yo, Miss Niecy out loud though.
She killing his ass in the chat.
What Miss Niecy say?
She called him a low budget Tom Holland.
Damn, Miss Niecy.
Care how built he is, that he's like 400 pounds and he could beat Goku. No one cares. Go back to Dragon Ball and rap music. And finally, if
there it is. See? Dragon Ball and rap music.
Oh boy.
he don't like black people.
They say the stuff they can't say in person, they say it online.
He just don't like black people.
He literally just shit. Dragon Ball and,
so it seems that
and
I'm
rap
triggered.
music.
That means, how does bro tell us about this?
Like this
that is biology, and you know it. For the love of God, before you start coming in trying to tell me my own business, first of all, read a comic, kid. You might have heard of it. It's like a book with like pages and images.
Okay, we got one. Hey, Punk, why don't you come up here? Show me how badass you are. Come on.
Yeah, bring your ass on here.
Come on, I'll do 1v1.
He's gonna run.
I would sit mute on this one.
And by the way, it's 6. By the way, not 5, 6.
So hang on. I'll drop everybody.
He's numerically
seven.
dyslexic. Yeah, he's numerically dyslexic.
Oh Lord, I can't count either.
Come on, I'll drop. Everybody said they'll drop down. It'll just be me and you.
Oh, I'll drop.
Yep.
Most definitely,
I'll drop too.
down.
Come on, get up there.
I gotta go try my Ku Klux Klan costume out for the party tonight.
Don't run now. Don't run now, Beta. Don't run. I gave you the link. It's right under.
I gotta find my white privilege with my costume.
Come on, let's go.
I
They drop down. Let's go.
Oh, he's coming up. Yeah,
he better come up. You real tough saying the N-word. Come say it to my face. I'll even get on camera. Come say that to my face. There's my face. Come say it. Y'all ain't got to drop down yet.
Say it to his face.
I was going to leave y'all in the back. I was going to leave y'all in the back channel. I dare him to show up here. Come on. Say that N-word to me. Come on. Nah, we're not going to block him. You probably this kid. Come on.
No, he uglier than that kid.
No, come on. Come on. Don't be scared, bro.
bro, I can't get any uglier than that.
Man, this
Oh
kid
yeah,
looks-
some ugly
You
motherfucker.
thought this was a game. No. Come on. No, I don't even care about Trump. Come on. You tough talking. Come on. I'm a black man. This should be easy. You got a whole plethora of racial jokes you can get at me with. Come on, it can't be this hit. No, we're not blocking nobody. I want everybody to see this. Because I know damn well this fool ain't gonna show up. I'll give him an invite, tell him to come over here, we could debate comics, and I guarantee he won't take it. He'll be like, this is my opinion. I'm like, okay, but you said it was an opinion and you know it's the truth. You can't have truth based in an opinion. How does that even work? Opinion is biased off top. There you go. See, I knew he wasn't gonna show up because he's a punk.
They all are.
In it. You might have actually heard of it. So go read one. Second of
Cowards.
all, if you're black and obsessed with Dragon Ball Z, you're not really allowed to talk about superheroes. I don't care how built he is, that he's like 400 pounds and he could beat Goku. No one cares. Go back to Dragon Ball and rap music and find.
Sir, you literally have a picture of a superhero who is ultimate emo. like what are we doing? You literally have a picture of a Hulk panel, and Hulk is the most emo character in comic book history.
It's true.
You can't even give that man the wrong change before he loses his mind on you. What are we doing?
The man can't even complete doing sex, or else he will go off the rails.
What it is, man.
That is the most emo thing ever. I don't give a damn what anybody says.
They literally wrote in the 2008 movie, he can't ride the subway because it's gonna be packed. So they had to go take a taxi.
Oh man.
They threw this man out of planes to get him to switch. Like, what are we doing? The man said, hold up, this whole entity, y'all might bring up the Maestro. He became Thanos' pet.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I know. You're going to tell me, oh, he held up Manhattan, right? That's what y'all going to tell me, right? Okay, great.
Hell, World Breaker Hulk.
Exactly. I was going to say that World Breaker Hulk is
very emotional.
There you go.
Oh my god.
The happiest he ever got was when he fought Sentry.
And that's because he could fight somebody that was on his level.
Exactly. And he didn't have to hold back.
I got one that will make him upset. The Blue Marvel, who's originally a black man, will definitely body Superman.
Of course. Icon bodied Superman. But
Blue Marvel will definitely body Superman.
He ain't ready for that conversation.
Oh, they're gonna be mad.
The truth is, anyone can body Superman if you have a little bit of kryptonite.
Exactly. This is without kryptonite.
I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I believe the Black Panther can body Superman. I believe Blade can body Superman.
Static Shock.
Like Static. Oh yeah.
Spawn can body Superman.
Oh, Spawn can definitely body Superman. Take that cake. That's it. Spawn can body 50% of the Marvel universe. I guarantee you that.
Exactly.
Yeah,
that's a fact.
Finally, if any of you freaks had a problem with anything I said in this video, nobody wants to see your comment. Go complain to your boyfriend.
Fuck you!
See?
Oh my god, I was so offended by that.
Isn't that what you're doing?
Go complain to your boyfriend. Okay.
How many subscribers he got?
698.
Oh no,
he just started.
Oh, he just started.
Then he said something about Spider-Man Noir. I'm like, bruh, this is what you saw a clip of them filming and read the synopsis, and you already know what what it's gonna be about. Okay, dude.
I'm ready for the next Spider-Man to come out. Shit.
Oh my god. Well, they're not till 2026.
I know. Too damn long. Well,
the only reason why y'all think that Superman can body everybody is because nobody ever established how strong he is.
Well, at least we got the multiverse Spider-Man coming out next year.
Superman bodies himself. Bizarro will whoop Superman's ass.
Hey, Bizarro use magic on Superman and beat the hell out of him.
One of my favorite comics of all time.
Doomsday bodied him. Did we forget about that?
Bodied him. He
Bro, every
bodied
time
him
they
for
get Doomsday show up, he gets scared.
Exactly. Without kryptonite.
Darkseid bodies him too. Shit.
Darkseid bodies everybody in DC. Did y'all not see the end of the latest run? Where Batman was scared as hell. He was like, Darkseid coming? Now we gotta go. Darkseid get on Earth, we're dead.
Did Darkseid send Batman into the past with the Omega with his beam. What's that?
Who?
I-beam.
You mean
Darkseid
Omega?
hit the Omega. Is it the Omega beam?
No, he didn't send nobody to the
I think he just put him in a time travel hole because that.
Yeah. No, he hit Batman with the beam so hard that he sent him back into the past. And
Like
I
he was
think
in
Batman,
the cowboy days or something like that.
yeah, something like that.
All I know is when you say Darkseid, people tremble. I mean, they gave that man a whole movie where he killed everybody. Damn.
Hey, that's probably the best villain that they got. I'm be honest with you. Who else is on the dark side level in DC?
There was a Batman Who Laughs. He basically terrorized everybody.
Batman Who Laughs. It was. I don't. Man,
he terrorized everybody, bro.
He was okay. He was a terrorist. He wasn't like on the dark side level. I don't think that.
No, he couldn't beat Darkseid.
He brought
I
7
don't think he
versions
could
of
beat
Batman to Earth.
I think.
Like, I'm gonna be honest. Like Batman to me, I don't get how or why he's that popular. You know what I mean? He's just
You know why
a human
he's
being.
popular? Because
Go ahead.
he's
Because you a hater.
He's popular because he's that guy. He's that superhero that you know is out there, but you never see him. But he does care about people, and he's been in so many. He's basically the most. What's the word? He's the most
famous
mainstream superhero.
He's the most
famous hypocrite.
I will say this.
I wouldn't say he's the most human. I won't say
He's
the most
brutal
famous
hypocrite.
He's the most famous hypocrite. That's what he is.
He embodies exactly what America is. When everybody lied and said Superman is the American dream, no, it's Batman.
And he's a vigilante. Like, a lot of people tend to like vigilantes.
Not just that. He also embezzles money.
So let me. Okay, so if you grow up in a,
he is a criminal.
If you grow up in a society where the politicians,
He's a rich white man. He's a
Yeah,
rich
because
white
if you
man.
pay
who
attention to the
leads
movie, they're talking about he's taking money from the company, putting it aside for that other.
Yeah.
They got man building his vehicle that and they don't know.
He had Morgan Freeman helping him. No.
Yeah.
all right, check this out, man. If you have a corrupt society that's run by criminals and dirty politicians, then wouldn't you want somebody at least helping the little man? That's why I think Batman, and I also think Batman.
He don't be helping the little man. He be abusing the little man. Batman is a terrorist.
How many politicians did he really go after?
Not that many, but
one.
a couple. Two-Face was the politician.
He went after Amanda Waller. I think she's kind of like.
He's not a politician, though.
Amanda Waller was a.
He let Catwoman go just because she gave him a little kitty.
Yeah, she was a government person. Two-Face was a politician, but I will say this: my argument would be for Batman and Iron Man is that they're more human than the rest of the superheroes, so they're more relatable, and because it's more comfortable if you are. They pretty much say that if you're smart and have money, you can become a.
Well, technically, Two-Face wasn't a politician; he was a DA.
That's a politician.
He was a DA.
Yeah,
he had to get elected. He had to get elected.
Okay.
DA.
Fair point. Fair point.
You know what I actually like?
D Money, you're gonna get blocked for this. Don't start.
Man, you know what? I actually like I like the boys because they're more linear and there's no multiple universes because there's characters. Their characters actually based off the other characters. Like I forgot which character, but one character is based off Tupac, and I know there's some characters based off X-Men and all that. But the boys is more relatable because.
I like the boys, but that's just a whole lot of. It's just too. No, it's just too gruesome for me. Like even reading the comics, it's like it's just very nasty.
Oh no, I understand.
The boys are supposed to make fun of like the old.
No, it's a.
Especially when they did the superhero orgy, that was horrible, bro.
Oh, if you don't like, if you don't like the Superman orgy, I mean the orgy thing, if you're not gonna like G-Man. If you look up how G-Man was actually formed and how the kids
yeah.
You're not gonna like anything, and you're gonna stop reading comics if you read that.
Now watch, I'm gonna send this to Church of Black Power, and he gonna cuss me out. Watch.
Don't do it.
I'm gonna do it. Read that. You finna cuss me out, but I don't care. What's up, Can Hotel? But I don't understand what this dude's beef is with.
Man, I don't care. No.
Read that.
Now you trust mainstream media?
That's not, bruh. This is from the mangas.
I know CBR. I know what the hell it is.
This is from but I'm saying this is from the mangas though.
Let me see here.
Let me tell you this. First of all, I see you got Dragon Ball Z back
I'm
there.
not clicking that.
The most influential person from Dragon Ball Z, and I didn't watch them in Dragon Ball Z.
Don't get your blood pressure up.
I didn't watch them in Dragon Ball Z, but you know what? I watched like a couple of seasons, and the most influential, most deadliest person on there was Krillin. You motherfuckers are haters.
I know one person that
Krillin.
Hey, Krillin will body a lot of these characters.
He would.
One Punch Man.
If y'all about to tell me that
Sailor Moon is the destroyer of worlds.
She is the destroyer of worlds.
One Punch Man is a destroyer of worlds. Come on.
Don't do that. One Punch Man, don't do that.
Sailor Moon ain't messing with Beerus. I don't know what the hell.
She would stand up to Beerus.
I don't believe that. I think Beerus would like give her the business and then probably take her to bed.
He might be right on that one.
Beerus a little freak,
right? That'd be out of line.
Beerus is a little freak. You know how when he met what is it? Pan's homegirl, I think it was. No. What was that in the movie? It was in that newer movie where he met one of the
Trump's girl.
Yeah. He was like, they was like, yeah, we gonna need to keep everybody here. He said no. And then he looked at her and he said, now she can stay.
Right? See, there you go. See that? Put down the alcohol.
One Punch Man.
Put down the alcohol.
How
he qualifies as a superhero. Saitama takes out everyone in DC. Come on. That's
Saitama. I don't know about that, buddy. Like, I'm actually have to push back on that.
Really? Why?
You said he takes out everybody in DC.
Who?
Saitama.
You out of line now.
That's what I'm saying.
What?
Like,
wait, hold on. Hear me out for a second. Saitama sneezed. I took out the move. He sneezed. I took out the move. That is ridiculous.
Bruh.
And we don't even know the extent of his power. He barely uses it.
Look, I don't care what the extent is. You literally said he takes out everyone.
He's not taking out Darkseid.
Yeah, except Darkseid.
No, you said everybody in the DC. You got to stay with it.
See that what I'm saying?
You said everybody. That includes Darkseid. That includes Ares.
I'm gonna be honest with you.
That includes Perpetua. He's not bodying Perpetua. It's not happening.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I believe Wonder Woman can body.
You gotta be careful how you talk. He's not bodying Atrocitus. He's not the Red Lanterns. He's not doing it. Like, come on.
Oh yeah, the Red Lantern. Yeah, and they get more powerful the more mad they get.
Bruh,
something like the Hulk.
I found out there was more than. I just recently found out there's more than one Lantern Corps. Like the yellows, the reds, the greens, and some other people. I'm not familiar with all the colors, but I know there's like multiple colors now.
Yeah, it's the whole color of the rainbow spectrum, plus the black ones, plus the ultraviolet now, and they have the White Lantern.
And there's one group that only has one lantern, right?
Well, right now is the Sorrow Lantern.
Do you guys like who they just picked for to play Green Lantern?
No, because he's not dark enough, but that's just me.
I would agree. Now that movie sucked that he got popular off of.
But he's a good actor.
What movie was he in?
What movie was he in? Name this movie where he did good acting.
I mean, that movie, we got snowed by that trailer.
Rebel Ridge?
That was okay. It was okay.
Yeah, it was okay.
The trailer got everybody. I watched it. It's okay.
But it was actually a good movie until I saw all the action parts And on top of that, like most of the women on my Facebook page, they was like, "Oh my god, that black chick that was in the police station, she was a real hero of the movie." I was like, "What?"
Yes, yes, Lunchies. He's called the Sorrow Lantern. Yes, his name is Nate. But for you to say that Saitama would body the DC universe, that's insane.
Hey, Saitama is my guy.
And this is why we don't compare comic books to anime.
You are glazing a little bit too tough.
Shit. That's like me saying, oh, check this out though. But guess why he a crybaby lantern though? Because Green Lantern took his girl.
Sound like some black shit to do.
But you're a white boy. But
hey, you know the name of the game you chose me.
You know the rules of the game. I mean, you chose me. Now we can get into some lantern shit. Now we can sell this like men, and we can get into some lantern shit.
Lantern shit. Take it to the field.
No, we're gonna take it to space, nigga. We're gonna find an asteroid and we gonna see who power is what. Now just remind me, and I'm gonna remind you, I'm the most powerful Green Lantern. Now, if I really want to, I get in my parallax bag and you not fucking with me.
You gonna turn that cryo lantern into a red lantern real quick.
Xavier, do you understand that parallax bodied the entire DC universe?
Say what?
There it is.
I did not know.
Parallax bodied all the superheroes.
Oh shit!
Like it's not. Saitama wouldn't even have a chance. He ain't touching one of the monitors. He's not bodying Mogo. Thank you, Dr. Manhattan. Erase him with a thought.
Dr. Manhattan to do a bunch of funny shit.
Dr. Manhattan is a cheat.
How is he a cheat? He's DC. How is he a cheat?
Dr. Manhattan to take this man's arms and put them backwards, take his legs and put them on top of his head. Like, don't play with like
he would turn him into a reggae artist.
You'll do better with Spike from Cowboy D.
You mean Calfula?
I think you meant to say he can body Cowboy Bebop Spike, maybe. But
oh, he body everybody on that shit. Except Ed. Except Ed. Ed would body.
But anyway, you said everybody in DC, you messed up hard.
Shit. Fine, we're gonna play that game. Then Go-Go 13 could kill Saitama because he don't never miss.
Facts.
Gojo,
major facts, bro.
Gojo,
Go-Go 13 never miss.
He never.
Yeah, so
y'all are downplaying the power levels of Saitama.
No, downplaying him. Bro, you know what? He got hyped up.
I don't even think he's really a strong character. I just think a lot of his like foes are weak.
Well,
but that's what I'm saying. America hyped him up too much. every time some IP come over here from Japan and motherfuckers hype him up too much. Look how they hyped up Chainsaw Man.
Fair point.
Hey, Chainsaw Man was pretty good though. It was pretty good.
It was good, but
I couldn't get through Chainsaw Man.
Like look how that's like motherfucker coming outside talking about Naruto could beat Goku.
No,
like sit down somewhere. Like it's not even close.
I don't beat anybody. Talk no Jutsu beats everybody. I'm sorry.
You said what?
Talk no Jutsu. That's Naruto's superpower. You can talk anyone out of it.
And Goku would
Goku ain't for that shit.
Goku would just destroy the planet.
Goku is not about to like. He might pop him in the mouth while he's talking. Like, are we here to fight or are we here to fight?
Nah, Goku's a maniac. Goku just likes fun.
Especially when he hears that he's strong, he'll be like, "Oh, I heard you.
I heard you got this big ass fox. Where's this big ass fox you got?
I won't release it. I will not give you the power. Goku start welling on that nigga until he releases it. I guarantee you.
You like, you ain't got no power level. Oh, you're strong. Okay.
Let's go.
And then this nigga Vegeta be watching him. And you're like, stop playing with him, Kakarot. And then he look over. He's like, oh, what's your deal over there? He's like, I'm Sasuke. Who are you? And then he whip out the Susanoo, and he be like, oh, sucky now. Let's go.
Vegeta like, let's see how strong you are.
He's like, you better tell your friend to stand down. Shit, give me Pan. She body Sakura real quick.
Oh, that's it.
Sakura. Sakura ain't shit. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Hey, don't downplay Sakura.
Okay.
Do not downplay Sakura.
Hey, let her punch you in the chest one time.
So
yeah, she's strong.
I'm taking all bets.
I lost faith in Naruto when what's his name? When Neji got killed.
I'm just not for all the bromance.
Sasuke!
You talking about Naruto?
Yeah, man.
That nigga after he beat Madara went go looking for this nigga. I didn't want to be looked for. Leave him alone.
Exactly. That's my point.
All that and your ass lost your arm. That's what you get. You should have grabbed your big titty girlfriend and you should have just chilled. Nah, you gotta go find your man.
And that's another thing I don't like about Naruto. You got all these badass chicks trying to get at you, and you out here worrying about this other man and his junk. I'm sorry, that was a no for me, dog.
Okay, so here's the thing I found out after reading through Naruto is the fact that Kishimoto he didn't write his female characters very well. But the baddest female character in all of Naruto was Granny Chiyo. That's
he married the baddest. He married the baddest one. That's what that was.
Granny Chiyo. Come on, Granny Chiyo was
but you have to
she's the only female ninja that I saw that was anywhere close to badass.
I don't know. Hinata is pretty good.
I mean, Hinata is fine, I guess.
Oh Lord, man, we're not doing that. I don't want to sound like that dude.
That dude? Who is that dude? Kid? Who's that
Dano.
guy?
Paul Dano that we just listened to.
Oh, you mean this
okay, now Shakur said that Gumby can body everybody.
Gumby in what universe? Like you might have a point depending on what universe you put them in.
In the Robot Chicken verse.
Maybe.
Not even in that one. Gumby can't survive.
He about to tell me that the Super Friends could body the Justice League.
The Super Friends versus the Justice League.
Mm-hmm.
That might what they gonna body him? The Super Friends? Nah.
He said nah. All right, what about the Superpowers team?
Say who?
The Superpowers team.
Body who?
The Justice League.
I ain't never heard of them, bro.
What you mean?
Who said
that?
I never heard of that.
Who said that?
I said that.
Go in timeout. Go in timeout.
Don't do that. Which characters are you speak? Because a lot of the characters on
it was Superman, Wonder Woman, Batman, Robin, Cyborg,
right. That's what I'm saying. A lot of these characters are in the Justice League, so it's like
no, but I'm taking the '80s version.
Oh, right.
The Galactic Guardians.
Yes, the Galactic Guardians. You swipe out Apache Chief and you put in Cyborg and Firestorm. Shout out to Ernie Hudson.
I mean, Firestorm alone. I mean,
yeah, that's what I mean. Maybe.
Remember, he can't use his
Firestorm
powers
alone.
on anything organic.
Just Cyborg alone.
I mean, he go around, Superman come charge him, he just turns something into kryptonite. Batman tried to beat him. He just showed him a picture of his parents getting shot.
Damn.
But no, I ain't gonna hold you. They did a whole episode on
emotional damage.
They did a whole episode with Scarecrow on that. He just seen his parents die over and over again.
That's just sick.
It worked though.
Hey, I just realized something. Franklin Richards, Sue Storm's kid, he could probably body Superman. Dude made Galactus' cat. Franklin Richards.
Franklin Richards could definitely body Superman, and pretty much everybody in DC, with the exception of a few people. Yeah, because he can remote the whole reality. So
yeah, he created the mini universe in his hand when he wasn't even he was still a kid. He could create mini universes in his hand.
No, there's that. But I just love how these people could just come outside and they just don't understand what's going on out here.
we just need to worry about DBZ and rap music.
Yeah, that's the wildest take I heard all week right now.
How do you even get to that point?
Because he don't like black
Learned
people.
on that part too.
Because he's not gonna. No, he's gonna say all black people watching anime. That's all they know is Dragon Ball Z.
Oh, I don't even like it like that. I know. I watch it.
I'm like, okay, dude.
Like, how you gonna make that assumption? Cause he's stupid.
Janelle Monáe, why are you trying to act like Michael Jackson holding his kid outside? See. Okay, fine, whatever. Skittles, shout out to you. This is a wild ass tweet though.
Didn't they show Iceman in the
take me out to dinner first, G.
Or was it in the X-Men? Yeah, he was in that X-Men movie. My bad.
Yeah, and then he got bodied in Days of Future Past.
Yeah, man, and that destroyed me. That one and Darwin. Darwin there was no reason why they should have killed or been able to kill Darwin.
Darwin, right?
Darwin, yeah, that was stupid. That was like the dumbest thing at that time. I mean, I was liking the movie up until that point because if you know the Darwin in the comics, dude is practically invincible. When he went up against
he would body
World
Superman.
Breaker.
When
he went up against not really
Absolutely.
when he went up against World Breaker Hulk, and World Breaker Hulk was about to hit him. His instinct told him to just teleport himself to another planet. That's the only way he could survive.
Hey baby.
Hey yo, Skittles is wild. Skittles is wild.
This is a wild tweet.
Yeah, I know it is.
What the hell, Skittles? These companies are getting bold as hell. I tell you what.
They don't care neither.
That is crazy.
Whoever wrote that can they need a raise. What the hell?
You said I couldn't be your mouth.
Okay, I don't care.
I'm about to say we don't care.
I don't care. I don't really care.
Congratulations for you. That's it. How about that?
Riley Gaines, you're not strong or intelligent, but
I thought that was a girl that they got killed in Georgia. Wasn't that her name? That girl that got killed in Georgia by that immigrant.
Lincoln
Wasn't that
Riley?
her? Oh, that was I think it was something else. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, that was Texas, ain't it?
No, that was Georgia.
No, that was Georgia.
It was Georgia.
Yeah, she got killed at the University of Georgia.
What is up with this woman?
That's a nice Carrie costume, though.
Yeah, but goddamn it, who would want to be Carrie?
Yeah, I mean, it's creative.
Angry white girl.
Very creative, man.
Pouring blood all over yourself is creative.
But that is creative. That is actually creative.
Nah.
Story.
You know what? At least we'll have a bunch of bastards running around as what's that dude named Jeffrey Dahmer's? That's a nephew. Oh, you know what? The Menendez brothers. I bet a bunch of people got their kids dressed up like that.
Nah, people, them white boys be making Diddy costumes.
Rewind that.
I can't play that because he.
Hey, kid, you just passed up.
Yeah, he
just passed up.
Pull his hand off. Get some. That's what you.
Hey, you just passed up. What's his name? Walsh. He got a new movie coming out, which is so.
You mean, am I racist?
I think that is. Yeah. Well, he's talking about we should name a George.
Am I racist?
Floyd statue over George Washington or something like that.
He's dumb.
Yeah, he a POS, man.
Angel
Kid, I saw that. Hey, kid, what do you think about that? What Shaq said?
Shaq is an idiot.
What did Shaq say?
He basically said that the girls in the WNBA they should lower the rims. They should
be wearing booty shorts when they
and
play.
She kept saying.
Is that what he was talking about the Angel Reese thing?
Yeah.
He was imagining Angel Reese.
Hey, yo, what did I tell y'all months ago?
Ready to go forward? All right. Y'all coming up here to the podium.
Thug might come home, son.
When this was released?
This was today.
No, like what time? Like which tweet?
This says 4:19. I don't know when this tweet came out. An hour ago.
Oh, an hour ago.
Let's go. If Thug come home,
can you swear, Mr. Williams?
Thug come home. I'll tell you, if he come home, that mixtape and that album finna go wild.
Oh, it is, boy. And then his dumb ass gonna have Drake on that shit. Boy, leave that motherfucker alone.
Jeffrey Williams, JEFFERY WILLIAMS.
Mr. Steele, Mr. Adams, Mr. Williams, where are we? Ready to go forward? All right. Y'all coming up here to the podium.
I always thought he was gay. I ain't gonna lie.
Who cares? If he is sweet, it's all right. Who cares?
Nah, what was that?
Red lyrics from Young Thug's collab with Nicki Minaj, and his attorney had to let them know she wrote the song. Guess
Drake.
Smart.
Yo, if Thug walk out that courtroom today, free man, bruh.
Or
Fetty Willis' career is over.
Oh yeah. I heard, Tory Lanez might be a free man real soon.
He just did. He just filed to have his case looked at. They might not free him.
I don't care about Tory Lanez like that.
Really. He said, hold on. Young Thug has entered a non-negotiated plea deal in his long-standing RICO trial, which has been ongoing since January 2023. Thug turned down a plea deal that would allow him to return home much sooner. The state is recommending Young Thug be sentenced to 45 years, 25 served in prison, followed by 20 years of probation. His sentence will ultimately be determined by the judge on the case. All right. That was 10 minutes ago. If he gets probation, bruh.
That's how many year probation? 20?
If he takes if they give him jail, 25 years plus 20 years of probation.
Shit. Dang, that's shit.
That's hard.
Maybe he'll do 2 years. Who knows?
Yeah, he might not be that long. He might, I'll say maybe 5 years out of that. Maybe. Everybody's so hyped about Tory. I do not care about Tory Lanez like that. I never cared for him like this.
Free that nigga.
Me either, to be honest.
Free that
y'all
nigga.
don't like that dude like that. Y'all just don't like Megan.
Yo,
I don't care. Just say free that nigga.
I don't like Megan either, to be honest.
I like none of them, but free that nigga.
I don't care.
Just you know why I say free him? Because the content would be hilarious.
Ooh, Raleigh. Uh-oh. I think her. Raleigh is starting to see it.
I got a good question for everybody.
Where's the good question?
If they release
That'd be a
Tory
good
Lanez,
question.
do you think Chris Brown will finally get relief?
Chris Brown. When's he?
Yeah.
When did he get to jail?
No, he means by how the media always come back on Brown.
No.
Yeah.
No.
I mean,
no,
you don't think so?
No,
he's forever in their sights. Every year or two, they're gonna get at him for something.
And Chris Brown, you got to look at it like this: Chris Brown actually has ownership in a lot of his stuff, and so they don't like people with ownership. Tory Lanez doesn't have ownership in his own music.
I figured
Free
I would
Tory,
ask.
man.
I figured I would just
Does
ask.
Chris Brown own his own?
Yes, he owns his own.
He owns his masters and everything.
I remember the video.
Masters.
Oh,
Nice.
them white folk were pissed.
There's some white boys still love Chris Brown now.
Yes,
That's the high school that led to Chris Wood's death.
That was one of my favorite commercials. That's one of my favorite of the videos.
Shit flying in my mouth. The fuck? I can't see power. Let's get the fuck out this country, motherfucker.
I'm more mad that she filled out that suit. Some of you Negroes can't even fill out a suit like that. There was another one though. What is it?
I feel blessed.
Why you screaming like that, bro?
I want to know why he slapped him like a girl. The way he cocked his arm back in that swing, I swear to God, that was feminine. I don't know.
Facts. Get some. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's how when you swear you're a conservative, you try to make a video about comic books. That's how you land.
Oh. The hell?
Oh, I've been there. I ain't gonna lie. That one, I've literally been there. That shit is not no fun. Oh, what the fuck, man?
Oh no, I would have woken and smacked the hell out of that bitch.
No, she'd have to. That's a dude, man. That's a dude.
That's a dude. Oh hell no, he getting slapped for real.
Damn slap. He getting punched. He's getting welled. I don't know. God.
Oh my god.
What did I just watch? What the fuck just happened?
Yeah.
That's worse than that snot.
Pause. He paused. I said pause, nigga.
Damn. What the fuck?
Spit on it.
What are we watching, man?
Bro,
Oh my unpause, move, skip.
That's a.
That's what you get. Look at this. Next Tuesday, November 5th, the citizens of the United States who are registered to vote will do so in what has been dubbed the most consequential election in American history, at least now living, collective memories. I say registered to vote because only individuals who are citizens, whether by birth or naturalization, can vote in an American election. This is what's being reported in Jamaica. Both candidates are horrible. How does this benefit Jamaica? Oh, y'all think because she have Jamaican ties.
Damn.
Even the Jamaicans know.
And they just caught a freaking, what is it, a Chinese dude who was voting, who voted in the election. They literally just caught him and arrested him.
Mm-hmm. Can't play that. Oh, here we go.
I seen this.
Hey, drive me up the block. Close the door. Come on, drive me up the block. I'm going down the block. Drive me up the block, man. Come on, man. Let me get in. Drive me up the block.
Now, why is you a black man want to be seen in a police car?
I know, right?
Come on, man. Drive me up the block. Come on, Pee Wee Herman. Very funny. Come on, man. Let me get in. Come on, man. Stop playing, yo. Let me get a ride down the block. Get a ride down the block, man. Come on, yo. Let me get in. Move that out the way, yo. Move that out the way, bro.
New York is a simulation.
Thank you very much. Today, Russian mercenaries are on our northern border. Burkina Faso has now entered into an arrangement to go along with Mali in employing the Wagner forces there. Prime Minister of Burkina Faso in the last 10 days has been in Moscow. And to have them operating on our northern border is particularly distressing for us in Ghana. We really like to have a privileged opportunity to talk about its implications, to what extent we can have you as a partner in confronting these threats. And therefore, it's important that we bring that matter to your notice and see to what extent we can engage you as a reliable partner in the pushback.
Damn.
Hey, D Money talking about it's a different feeling riding in the front seat of a cop car. Yeah, that feeling's called informant.
What? I don't even know what this means. What does this mean? I don't want to be seeing a cop car ever.
Me neither.
Kevin Hart.
Oh! Why don't y'all just leave people's sign alone?
Because I'm usually a vote guy.
Why are you spitting so much?
He old.
You know, and he on the golf course too. That's all he can do.
Whether it's for your local sheriff or president of the United States. But
by the way,
if
he got
your
fired over
hatred
He got one of those houses where the 9
so strong
bolt is on his
kind
in
of
his backyard.
By the way, but if it's so strong that you're planning to go in that voting booth and vote for Kamala Harris, do you listen to her? Do you know anything about her? Anyway, do yourself, do the country, do the world a favor, and just sit it out. Stay home. Don't vote. This has been a public service announcement.
And then they fired you.
Who was that?
Some reporter down in Florida.
Oh, he be all right.
Before people changed them. Avocados.
That's true. But you can still get avocados like that. But okay.
Corn.
That's not fruit, but okay.
Well, he said, "Oh, corn technically."
No, it's not.
Carrots.
I think he said.
How fruits looked before people changed.
I think he was saying food.
Carrots.
Yeah, carrots like that.
Bananas. Watermelons.
Fuck out of here.
That look like a whole tomato.
Lemons.
The music sucks, by the way, but get some.
Yeah. Should have kept your mouth closed. Just keep your mouth closed. They're like, let me at him. Let me get at him.
Shadows, if they've committed a crime, deport them. No questions asked. They're gone.
Gentlemen, I have to sign out now.
If they've been working and are law-abiding, we should say,
It's
here are
been
the
really
conditions
fun.
for you staying. You have to pay a stiff fine because you came here illegally. You have to pay back taxes, and you have to try to learn English, and you have to wait in line.
Motherfucker. Oh, excuse me. My bad. Because, yeah, times have changed. Because the Democrats used to be the party that was on their head about it.
Yes, sir.
Remember, Obama was locking them kids up in cages.
Reporter in chief. Shout out to him.
Yep.
Anyway,
He got the most. I'm sorry.
I'm finna go eat.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So hopefully you learn something. If you did done my job, if not, I'll try to be better next time. Watch what you eat.
Yo.
Oh, that's it.
Sorry about that. Did you cover that the handy, what's the dude, the plumber, Aaron the plumber?
Who?
Remember the dude that wanted to pop the balloon and he went popular because everybody was calling
Oh, that
him a user?
weirdo?
So that weirdo
He was a
had
scammer. No, he's a scammer.
Oh, so check this out. But he got a interview today with another weirdo named Poetic Flacco. You need to check the interview out. Start at the 47-minute mark because they BS until the 47-minute mark.
I guess I could.
A suggestion, not check that out, you guys. It's weird.
Well,
I don't know about
we
you
found out
guys.
he's not even a plumber though.
Yeah.
But I'm about to go check out some, DBZ and rap music. So I'll see you guys later.
Yes, sir.
Take it easy.
Yes, sir. All right, y'all. I will see you when I see you. I guess.
Yes, sir.
So y'all take care, stay safe, and you know what to do in the ages of chaos. Couldn't mess up your existence.
Wait around. Yep. Smart. Yeet and get out.
Time's up. But did we have a good time here? Hello?
At the end of the day got to end.
Get your money up, not your funny up. Big fucking move.
That's it.